Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, but more importantly, Turn Back the Clock, our first episode of 2024 with my co-host, Adam. What episode number is this, Adam?
Good. I don't know. I lost track. It's been so long.
Dude, we're starting a new, fresh clock.
Yeah,
Round number
probably
one,
probably like
one.
15 or something, maybe 15.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we had some problems, so we had to make a new stream. But let me get Lou Rock on here. We got a guest as well. Hey, Lou Rock, welcome.
Hey, sorry, my son just came home from work, so I had to go downstairs.
No worries. It all worked out. So what we got talking about, what we're going to be talking about today on Turn Back the Clock, we're going to show some pickups that are standard, like what we've been collecting over the last month or whatever just came in. And then we're going to do Adam's thing when he did 3 and 3. We were going to do 2 and 2. So we're going to do a 1 vintage card each and 1 modern card each, and then 1 vintage and modern card that we want to purchase this year or we want in our collection. And it's Adam's not doing the 3 and 3 anymore, so we thought this would be a good finale. And Lou Rock's been on that show before. So with that said, let's rock and roll. Lou, welcome to the show.
Actually, Lou, before we get started, Lou, I want to make some money this weekend. So, okay, the last time you were on Turn Back the Clock, you predicted that Juan Soto would be a Yankee. So clearly, I'm going to say Lou Rock Stradamus, like Nostradamus. Yep. Give me a prediction now. I know you watch football. Who's going to make the Super Bowl so I can win some money this week? Put you on the spot again.
Now, what I would like to see, I would love to see Detroit. I would love to see Detroit.
That'd be awesome.
However, it's going to be, I just have a feeling the NFL is going to rig it because Lamar Jackson needs to be in the Super Bowl. He's going to be a 2-time MVP. The guy puts the team on his shoulders. The guy's unbelievable. He reminds me a lot of Randall Cunningham. He has the elusiveness. He doesn't throw for the 300 yards, and people, criticize him because he's not like a Pat Mahomes throwing for 320, 300. He'll have a game where he'll throw 160 yards, but he'll rush for 150. And it's not like he's dinking and dunking. He's throwing BBs, but he doesn't throw as often. He doesn't throw 40 times a game. He reminds me of Randall Cunningham. Super effective on the ground game, but when he needs to be in the pocket or, roll out and throw that dime, he's that. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think he's good enough to beat the refs. And it's going to be Baltimore and ooh, the NFC is tough.
Remember, we're going to bet on this, so tell not what you want, but what's going to happen. We need to know what's going to happen.
You got to make this right.
Who you thinking? I'll tell you.
Well, I don't know what the line is. I'm sure the 49ers are favored by at least a touchdown, I would think, right? I would. Well, you're the one who's going to tell us, but yeah, I like the Ravens and I like the Lions to cover. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but I like the Lions to cover. So.
Oh, you're not asking me for Super Bowl. You're asking me for who's going.
Well, you do whatever you want.
Are the Chiefs still in it?
Yeah, the Chiefs are in it against the Ravens.
So, I think the storybook will be for the NFL to script Chiefs and Niners. The Niners are like the story. They've been the favorite since the beginning.
Okay.
However, I really want Ravens, Detroit Lions. I think it'd be grimy.
Yeah. Great
defenses. That defensive line against Lamar Jackson. That's what as a pure football fan, that's what I want to see. Okay. However, I really think the refs are going to get involved. It's going to be Niners and KC. They want to see Taylor Swift. They want to see Kelsey. You got the boys on the West Coast, 49ers, the Golden Team coming back from the ashes. The Niners are back to relevancy.
Lou, you got your tinfoil hat on. I think Danny Black.
Hey,
I just loved it.
I mean, after I watched the Bucks. I'm a Bucks fan, and the fact that the Bucks didn't call a timeout with like 40 seconds left, it's just conspiracy. Like, why aren't you trying to win this game?
I know.
So it's gonna be Niners and it's gonna be Chiefs, but I would like to see it the opposite. I would love to see Detroit.
Okay.
I think the story is going to end for Detroit Sunday. So
Okay.
I'm going to go with the
All right.
obvious answer with, KC, man. I thought they were going to lose in Buffalo. I thought Bills Mafia, the snow, and they still pulled it out. So I think Pat Mahomes is the new Brady. 6 AFC championships already. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Dylan's like, all right, guys, come on.
Well, now Adam's got to go to bed, so you have to call the time up.
I got time.
I wouldn't mind
We're already going after hours.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, after I got about let's say another half hour, and then you guys are going extra innings again, right? So all right.
Know it.
I like talking football though. I like talking football.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I want the Chiefs to win because my nephew Bruce is a Mahomes fan, so.
Who is it? That's like saying back in our day, I like the Niners because of Joe Montana.
Everyone absolutely. The only team I knew.
No, he's a great quarterback unless he's playing Brady, who's 2-0 against him in the playoffs. So, all right.
Those Giants. Brady can't figure out how to beat the Giants.
No. All right, we'll go into the card. Sorry, I had to get it because Lou's a good predictor, man. He called the last one.
I love it. It's all good by me. It's not like doesn't bother me one bit. This is a sports channel, right?
Let's go Ravens, Detroit. That's what I want.
That'd be cool.
All right, what are we doing? We're doing
pickups. So pickups. Adam, why don't you show us your first ones? What have you been going after these days?
So let me show this. I'm trying to collect in my lifetime every Tom Brady rookie card. There's 43 base cards. I got 8 so far. This was the 8th one.
No, you don't like doing anything easy. Guy goes after a mantle run, and now he's gonna go after the GOAT. This guy, you just like a hard life. You
guys got way more cards than me, so I gotta pick some difficult stuff to do. So I got this. I've said this on my channel a bunch of times. I love Pacific cards, and Brady's got a bunch of the rookies in there. This is the original Prism.
Awesome
and if you like shiny cards, beautiful shiny Brady rookie. And what's cool is Mike Kramer, the owner or the founder of Pacific Trading Cards, he took this photo of Brady. He was at the game. He was a photographer at this game where this photo was taken, East-West Shrine game in 2000 at Stanford. So it's pretty cool. He owned a trading card company. He took the picture of Brady to put on the card too.
And he was on your show.
And he came on my channel, which was awesome.
It's freaking sick. It's so
he's a great
cool.
guy. Great guy.
I don't think a lot of collectors appreciate Pacific for what it was in the time, especially in the 90s.
Yep.
But like listening to Nate, Top City 5401 here, Sticks and Seams, like these 90 insert guys, man, I go to a card show with Mike, Sticks and Seams, and he's like, bro, that's a tough pull. That's a tough card. The ratios on that insert, he's like, I don't care if it's a scrub. That insert is hard to get. And just that knowledge, I appreciate Pacific, like the crowns, and he showed me like little nuances and parallels.
Oh, yeah.
Those Pacifics are tough, man.
And I feel
By the way,
like
if we get time after, I got a pack of 2000 Prism that I want to open with you guys. See, there's only 3 cards.
I was just gonna say on the backs of the packs of the Prism on those Pacifics, they don't give like that much detail on how rare the cards are, from what my memory serves.
Well, this year they did the 2000 Prism baseball.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, they tell you like the variations and stuff. But
okay,
I figured I'd open one of these if we get time.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome.
We ain't gonna have time. We talk over all the time.
Always.
Or if I have time before I go. But yeah, that's my big Brady rookie pickup. I'm gonna try to get they're expensive, so if I can get one every 6 months or something, I'll be on track.
That's a pretty good track, bro.
That's a sick card right there.
So
okay,
shiny.
Lou, what do you got, Lou?
So I've fallen in love with the top gilded 2023.
All the autos.
I'm doing my thing with Hall of Fame autos, dipping my toe in that because the rookie cards that I'm going after are a lot of the 40s, a lot of the 48 Bowmans, 49 Bowmans, they're getting expensive. So like I have to wait for some time, like the national, I'm going heavy on that stuff. But in the meantime, I gotta stay occupied and stay busy. So I've been picking up a whole bunch of like the $20-$30 autos. For instance, I got a Fergie is a duplicate auto, but it was just such a great deal. I had to buy it. I already have a Fergie auto, but love this. I love it because it's just a simple design. The parallel that I prefer is actually the 99 is the nice white background. They have like different colors, of course. Like I think the 25 is emerald green, the 50 is like orange. But I'm loving this because it doesn't matter what team the person was on, the Hall of Famer, it goes with their uniform. You don't need a color match.
Those are heavy too. Those are like I had one of those in my hand.
Yeah, I miscalculated. I have one touches, but I bought the 130s. I need 180s. So I got those on order.
Oh, that's the hardest thing. Those one touches, trying to get the right thickness. I don't know what all that stuff is. You gotta be a pro.
But this one started it for me. I had to get the Trevor Hoffman. He's a newer Hall of Famer. I didn't have his auto. Just this one's recent. Just got this one yesterday. Eckersley.
That's sick.
I love his signature.
He signs a lot, but I love his auto. It's very
it's awesome.
Nice. And then the last one was the Oliva. I actually got Harold Baines coming in tomorrow.
Harold Baines?
Yeah, the GOAT. So I'm just picking away, getting my nice little $20, $30 autos. Super happy with that. And because to me, I'd rather have this of a Hall of Famer than a $30 blaster or a $25 blaster.
No doubt.
I know I'm getting, if I get this in a blaster, I'm on.
Oh, you're like throwing a party, yeah.
Yeah, why not just get it? So I'm like, I'll spend the $20. This was actually 15. That's why I jumped on it. But no one humongous, but they're Hall of Famers, bro. So that's what I'm doing.
Lou, by the way, just before this, I recorded my Hall of Fame voting video, and I voted for you again. I figured you're already in, but I figured I'd vote for you. Why not? Why not? Like Caesar. So.
You're the second person. Pepito did the same thing.
That's good.
Hey, I appreciate it.
He's so good. I got to vote for him when he's already in.
You homie, I appreciate that. I would like to thank all the people who made this moment possible.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Very
Lou.
flattering. I appreciate it.
That was sick. Dude, so we've got everybody in the chat. Just want to say thank you for showing up. And any questions you guys have, like, dude, if you guys got questions and stuff, pop them in there and we'll put them on the screen and we can go on rabbit holes at any time you guys want. Let me show you guys what I've been doing. I've been trying to find like a cheap way to collect someone. And so over the last couple months, was like, who can I collect that's not going to be that expensive that I really want? And then I was looking up Angels players, and then I forgot that I'll put myself in solo. Sorry, Adam, I forgot to do solo mode for you. I'll get you in the next round.
That's it. Start over. No.
Hideki Matsui, man.
Nice.
Godzilla. So he played for the Angels in 2010. So that gave me the green light. Like, oh my gosh, I got to start collecting his cards. He's like legendary, and I love Japanese players.
Godzilla, baby.
Insane. So I went on a little hobby hunt for his cards, and I just got one in the mail today that the slab was broken in half.
Are you getting Godzilla just in Angels, or are you looking at
No. I'm just anything he's in, mostly the Yankees, really.
Yeah, his autos are
decent, pretty pricey. Well, I got this one in the mail just before I got home. And this is his rookie, 2003. This thing's numbered out of 10.
I don't have that.
Wow.
Numbered out of 10. And I got it for $60 in a PSA 9, but the slab was broken in half.
It looks better like that, though.
And so I cracked it out, and I told the guy, and he's giving me $40 off. So it cost me $20. There's no crease, but there is a there's a scratch type
Bro,
thing on the back now.
I'll double your money. I'll give you $40 right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, I won this at auction for $60. I was like, number out of 10. This guy's a Japanese Hall of Fame player. He had over 500 home runs when you combine both leagues, and he played for my Angels. Also picked up cards that I used to buy, golds, Bowman Chromes. I was buying these 2006. I think this is. This was like $8. I mean, these things are so cheap. And then I got this one. I mean, these are numbered out of 50. This is 2007. I was buying so many boxes back then. To get a gold, it was like 1 in 134 packs or something. And this, I think, was $12. Then I got my grades going. I got what you got going, Lou. But I labeled them. So I've got a good collection of Hideki Matsui, and I'm just having a blast with it. It's not. I've spent $150 on his card so far, and I have like 10 of them, and they're all numbered to 50 or less.
Yeah.
So
he's one of those guys. Like if I see an auto of him in pinstripes at a show, I have to have the money because I tried looking on eBay and it's just frustrated on eBay because you're competing internationally plus Yankee fans, and the seller could just sit there. All he needs is one. Hideki's prices are expensive, bro.
Yeah, except for his regular cards, but his autos, they're ridiculous.
But there's a guy I know you on Instagram. There's a account that I follow called 90s Kid Card Collector. He has the best shine in the game. He'll get like a card like that, Chrome, Prism. You'll like him, Adam, because he's a big basketball guy. And man, I ask him all the time, "What's your lighting setup?" Because the way he shows the refractors and the prisms is phenomenal. He won't tell me. He's like years of, trial and error, but it's called 90s Kid Card Collector. You can probably find him on
He's on Instagram?
Yeah.
Instagram? Okay.
I don't know if you see it. Yeah.
All right.
I'll check that out.
Stuff is awesome.
Well, that's
Matsui. Mookie Chelson always
Dude, he
got the
has
right
the
thing
greatest comments. Mookie's like the master. He unveiled himself too.
Oh, really?
I
must have missed that.
Yeah.
I haven't caught that yet.
Or I haven't watched the video, but I texted him, and then he sent me a picture of him, and I'm about 90% sure I have it on my watch list, but pretty sure he unveiled. Mookie, did you unveil yourself? Put it in the comments. All right, here we go. Adam, you've never done a 3-and-3 for yourself, right? We never did one for you?
Well, I actually did. I think I did do one just by myself. It was pathetic. Yeah. I think I was going to do it with someone else, and they couldn't make it, so I was like, I'll just do it with myself.
That's
not as fun doing it with yourself.
All right, so where this is we show one card from our collection, and we're going to show. What do you guys want to do first, modern or vintage round?
Let's modern.
Let's go to vintage. Let's go to vintage. We just did modern.
Why does he even ask me?
I don't know why I asked.
You don't even ask me. Why do you even ask me? You're going to do the
vintage. It's double D vintage.
I even let you talk in this thing. Okay, so vintage, where this is Adam made this 3-and-3 up. It was awesome. He had all these guys on his channel, and this is a fun way for us to show what we bought that is meaningful to us, or what we have in our collection, and then something that we really want in our collection. So Adam, go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, so I chose this one. It's I don't think I've shown this one, but okay, so you guys, I'm guessing you saw the Yogi Berra Netflix, was it Netflix or whatever it was?
Oh, yeah.
Yogi Berra, It Ain't Over thing. Well, I was kind of late. I know it's been out for a while, but I just recently saw it like maybe a month ago. My wife loved it too, and after that, it's like, or even during it, I was just thinking like, I don't have enough Yogi Berra cards, man. Like I knew his story and stuff, but after watching that, I don't know. Did you guys feel that same way? Like, I got to get more Yogi Berra cards? Or
anytime I watch a documentary or read a book, it's like,
that 48 Bowman was looking real good.
Yeah. So I just immediately started looking through the collection. I'm like, I had a couple, but then I knew I had this one, but I never really fully appreciated it till I watched that, which is I think a card that doesn't get talked about a ton, but it's this one right here. So this is the 57 Topps Mantle Berra power hitters, famous card, but I just think it's one of the best cards ever, man. And
dude, that's a nice one.
Yeah, and this is beautifully centered, great everything on that PSA 6. But I don't know, I just like had a new appreciation for this card that was already in my collection when I watched that, and I was just like so happy I had it. You know, just like looking at it again, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I bought this card. So I wanted to show this again, and this is one of my favorite cards now, even more now after watching that. Yogi Berra was a genius, man. He lived the right way. He mastered life if you watch that whole thing. And it's such a dichotomy to look at Mantle versus Berra. Like Mantle gets all the love in the hobby, and he lived a crazy life and with a lot of regret. And then you watch that documentary, and Yogi Berra was like the opposite. He did it all right, man. You know, so.
Dude, Yogi was the king. Here, let me show you, Adam. I got that guy up here or down here.
The Great Wall.
Can you see it?
49.
No. Oh, I got a light in the way. Well, he's in the
49
middle.
Looks good.
He's in there. There we go. There he is.
I see the 57.
There he is.
The 64, the 57, 49.
Dude, I love that card, Adam.
So that's a kind of like after watching that, that card climbed the list of top. It's one of my favorite cards in my collection now. Just I don't know, I just appreciate it so much more.
Well, then what do you got that you want to pick up?
Well, why don't we show you know how the show goes, man. You got to show the cards.
No,
first,
I forgot. It's been a
while.
while. Okay, so I'm going to show their fruit. Okay, Lou Rock, you're up. We're organized over here.
So very first time I really got to know Adam and talk to Adam was when he did that interview with me, and on his show he does 3 and 3, 3 cards you would like, and so far I've gotten 2 out of the 3. I don't have the 48 Spawn yet. I did get the 49 Campanella. And the third card, I figured was only right since we're doing a 3 and 3 on his channel. Or are you guys doing a simulcast like on each of yours?
No, not.
Or is this on Dylan?
Just on mine.
Just Dylan.
Okay. But finally I know I've been showing it a lot lately because I love the card. I'll stop showing it, but since it was on my list on Adam's show,
beauty,
I got the 48 Bowman. This was on my wish list, knocked it out. So Roy Campanella's out, Stan is out. I guess the Spawn is next, the 48 Spawn. And that's pretty attainable. I love
2 out of 3, and
Dude,
I think it's only been about a year. So
yeah, I can't believe you got 2 out of 3. Holy smokes.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the 49 Campy. I really want to show the 49 Campy, but I show that card so much. I love that card.
Can't get over seeing that card. Every time I see it, I'm like, I got to get back on eBay and look. Oh, is it back there?
The 49 Campy is beautiful. The 50 Bowman, I think, is gorgeous as well and a lot more affordable. You could get like a 5, I think, for like 3.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's a beautiful card.
Awesome, Lou. Yeah. Way to tackle that. Way to tackle it. Adam, do you remember what cards I had on mine?
One was the Leaf Stan Musial, I think.
Yeah. Which I didn't get.
One was the Duke
Strike
card.
1.
I think another one was a Duke card, I believe. Maybe.
I don't remember if I put that on there in that time, but I think it was the either the 48 Leaf Ted Williams or the 41 play ball Ted Williams, and it was the Mickey Mantle 1953. I got 0. I went 0 for 0 this whole year on all those ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but you got Matsui.
I did, right? There we go. And I got him on discount. Oh man. Okay.
No national trip.
Dude, national, I got all kinds of cards. And I can't wait. Okay, what I got is one I've showed numerous times on my channel, but it's the most meaningful card in my entire collection. It's the first card. I had a bundle of 4 or 5 cards I sent to PSA back in the 90s, and this was included. I got this as a birthday gift from my uncle, who has the entire Fleer set. This is a 1963 Fleer Bob Gibson, and I have all the cards that, just like Orlando, the sequential serial numbers. I have like Leaf cards. I had a Derek Jeter SP I sent in. I sold that one when it came back. But this card to me is just it's never going anywhere. It's my life. This is the one card in my entire collection that will never ever leave. And when I got this graded, I thought it was going to be a 10, right? So it sent me on the rabbit hole of buying sevens. This is the card that said, look, when I sent this in and it got a 7, it came back. I wasn't like mad or anything. I was just like, wow, that's a 7. That's when I said, well, I'm going to buy 7s. And that's when I started just buying 7s and 7s and 7s and then 8s. But like, this was the card that did it. And one day, according to my uncle, he said, I'm going to inherit his entire collection. And he has the entire collection and album. And I don't know what else he has, but he gave me a card and I'll treasure this. So that's my favorite card in my entire collection. I know I've shown it a lot, but you can never show one card too many.
No.
Okay, Adam. What do we do? We're doing what we want, right?
So for vintage, the other card I'm going to show is a modern, then I'll do a modern I want. But yeah, the vintage that I want to get, well, this isn't the one, but the Musial rookie, I want to get that card real bad. But I'm going to say, kind of going along with give me that. The one I'm going to say I want is a Yogi Berra card because I want to keep it on theme, and I want to get more of his cards. But I'm thinking, the one I think I want to target, I don't know if this is crazy or not, but I want to get the Wheaties one. I like the Wheaties. You guys got any of those cards? 52 Wheaties.
The orange background?
Yeah, I just love those. I don't know. I don't have any of those. And
awesome.
I was looking through like Yogi's cards and obviously the rookie, but I'm thinking like, won't break the bank probably, but I think I like the one that's like in action. He's got one that it's like a base or whatever, and then there's an in action in the Wheaties. I don't know that much about it, but I saw it recently and I was like, I want that card. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to target that one, the Wheaties. Something about the colors or what, I don't know. I just love the way they look. So
well, if I was sophisticated enough, I would be able to pull that card up and we can look at it.
Yeah.
That's for when it's on Adam's show, we can do that.
Yeah, he's got some great cards, but yeah, I'm kind of taking that same approach where like, I do the thing where I limit myself to 4 of a player. I gotta get 4 Yogi cards because I really don't have, any of his like single cards. I got the combo card, but yeah, I gotta, and I think that would be the one I start with is the Wheaties. So I definitely want to get that one.
They're not that expensive, right?
No, I don't think so. But I just think they look awesome. So
yeah, they do. Wait, because we saw one in a chat. Was it Mangini who shared one?
Maybe. Well, I think it was even before that. Oh no, you know what? It's too. He showed the Stan Musial one. Yeah. And then I started looking like, and I started looking at Yogi's cards anyway when I watched that documentary, and I was just looking the ones that like kind of struck a chord with me, and the Wheaties was like, ooh, it looks cool. Not like it's kind of, I guess, oddball or whatever, but.
Well, that knows right. The 51 tops of Yogi is nice too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that is. All right.
I need more Yogis, so that's what I got to get some Yogi.
That was the moral of the story.
Yeah.
We all need more Yogis.
Yeah.
My go?
Your go, Lou. What do you want? What are you going for? You don't have to tell us. I know you don't want to tell anyone what you're getting with the national, but
yeah, well, I'm going to do it because I'm just not going. You know how everyone's going to do a video on the national and be like, "This is my attack strategy." I'm going to say the card because it's the only card. Ever since I got my stand, I'm like, okay, what's the next target? It's the only card I'm thinking about. The only card I'm looking at. It's the card I'm going to get. If I could get it before because the price is right, I will get it before. But I'm definitely trying to get this card this year. Between anniversary, birthday, Christmas, asking Santa Claus, Hanukkah, I'm trying to get this card. And I'm going to say it one time online. The 1939 play ball Joe DiMaggio. I want that card so bad, preferably in a 3. For that price range, there's beautiful 3s all over the place. I want to stay in that price range of like a SGC 3, PSA 3. But man, I cannot stop thinking about that card. I want that card. It's gorgeous. The portrait is just stunning, and it's a Yankee legend. I actually don't have any DiMaggios in my collection that playing days. I got relics and stuff like that, but I really want that card. It's like if that's the only card I get all year, I'll be happy. I don't need boxes and boxes of cards. If I just get that one 39 play ball, I'll be
something about Joe DiMaggio and his cards, right? He's like, I'm reading a book about him right now. I mean, I've read other books, but this one, it's so good. And you just, oh my gosh, he lived a life that was like just pretty much bizarre. I mean,
Marilyn Monroe.
Dude, you couldn't even live the life. You'd be in jail if you lived the life he lived now. But it's like it's pretty crazy what they did back in those days.
Well,
Adam, do you have any Joe D cards?
Nope, I don't. And I wish I did. That would. Oh man, yeah, the 39 play ball is awesome, man. He's got pretty much all. He's got so many. He doesn't have a lot of cards, but the cards he does have, they're just like all.
49
awesome.
Leaf DiMaggio is a beautiful card as well. Yeah. All the play balls are great. Of course, the worldwide gum is the end all, but that's why I like the 39 play ball. Of course, the 38 big hit, I know it's a little something.
I look at it every day. It just trips me out that I have it. Thanks to Adam, Vintage Sanctuary, I never even knew I could afford that card. Never looked it up once in my life because it's just one of those cards like a Babe Ruth. I just thought I never could own. But yeah, Joe D. Well, I'm glad you went that way, Lou, because I'm going for a Joe DiMaggio card as well. Now, there's other cards I want. There's one Duke card, but no one will know what it is, so I'm not going to mention it. But I want the 41 play ball Joe DiMaggio, and I want it so bad, and I am going to have a hard time not if one pops up before the National, I'm going to jump on it. I have like 2 huge boxes of graded cards, about 80 left that I'm going to sell when I find my next big card, but I want to save those until I get to the National. So, I mean, save like I'll sell them right before I get there. Because even last year I looked for that card. I never found the one I wanted. Just finding the one you want, right? And these crazy cards, It is not easy. And then you don't want to just have any of them. I can't live with one that looks completely beat up. I'll spend the extra money or take the extra time, but 41 play ball Joe D for me. I don't care how it comes in any form, ungraded, even if it's at the right price. I really want that card like you. I can't get it out of my head. And I also want the Ted Williams as well. But the Joe DiMaggio to me, now that I have one in my hand, like Joe was like, he's like Ted Williams. They weren't like real people to me. It's so crazy, right? They're
like, to me, the thing is, like, I'm a little bit less OCD when it comes to, like, especially when it comes to vintage. Like, to me, that's why registration is so important. I'm okay with, like, even the stand is slightly OC. Some people will go bananas, but to me, look at the picture. You can see how young Stan was. Like, I enjoy the clarity of the photo. I like good registration over centering. Like, I don't want to miscut, but it's okay for the vintage card to have rounded corners. I don't like creases through the face. That goes to me towards registration. I have to have a great looking picture because when I display my cards, I want to see I want to see a good looking baseball card. So to me, the registration is the most important. If it's off a little bit, I'm okay with that. Corners, I'm okay with that. Especially when you're looking at 30s cards, 40s cards. I don't have to have a dang trimmed up PSA card.
Well, dude, Lou, with that said, like, I'm realizing the bigger cards, like my focus on centering is really tops because I want the design. I'm obsessed with tops designs and they're attainable. But these bigger cards, like if I find them, like my Joe D isn't perfectly centered, but there, if you're gonna the jump in those perfectly centered ones is way bigger gap than a top centered card. There's always things you have to in those cards. It is all about the image, 100%. I mean, all cards are, but for me too, like you'll be stoked. I did a episode with Greg yesterday, and he had 2 examples of your card, Stan Musial rookie, and I chose the one that yours is way better looking than the one I chose, but I chose the off-center one because the image was better. So he did a game with me. But yeah, awesome. Okay, next round. Let's go. Well, wait, we're doing modern and your pickup, like a
modern, one of your favorite modern cards. Yes.
One of your favorite modern cards. Yep.
And Sammy, yes, we gotta get you on Turn Back the Clock. I want to talk Larry Bird Prism Jewel that you got. We gotta do that pretty soon. Yes. So yeah, I've mentioned this, but I've gone down a Pedro Martinez rabbit hole, and he was my favorite Red Sox player. I love watching him pitch and everything. But really, I was looking for a player I wanted to start collecting 90s cards, right? Because I've been like vintage and then Tom Brady, Larry Bird through the junk wax era. But the 90s have fascinated me because it was a period of time that I wasn't collecting. I stopped buying cards like 94, 95. So I missed all these crazy parallels and inserts and everything now. And now I'm going down that rabbit hole, and it's fun. It's the cards can be expensive, but they don't have to be either in that era. You can kind of pick and choose. But I found a guy. I met a guy offline, or I guess online, off eBay. So we kind of connected, and he is a big dealer of Pedro Martinez cards. Apparently, one of the biggest Pedro collectors. He was an older guy, and he recently passed away. And his wife now is trying to sell his cards, but she's, I guess, 80 and she doesn't know how to do it. So he's helping her out. Anyway, I got a bunch come in and stuff, but I bought some pretty big ones because, it was just like an opportunity. So one of them that I already got is this one here, recent pickup from this collection. And it is the 1998 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection, row 0, number 200. And just a really cool looking card, man. These legacies are just, like a lot of the 90s cards, very flashy. And I don't know. I love both. I love vintage cards, but I love these too. So
those row zeros are sick.
I do too. Hey, where's the number? Where's the number at?
There.
Oh yeah, wow.
So the key with these, you got to watch out. You got to look for the blue lettering in the back of the player's name, because there's a ton of these backdoor copies that they don't have the name, in blue or whatever. So that's how like a backdoor copy versus a pack pulled or whatever.
Wow, I've heard about backdoor copies lately. Yeah. I've been reading about those.
What year is that one?
This is a 98 Flair Showcase.
Yeah.
That's such an awesome card.
It's a pitcher, so it's, you don't have to spend a ton of money on these. They are pricey, but compared to like Griffey and Bonds and a lot of the positional players, Pedro's still pretty affordable. So I'm trying to get some of the big ones now.
What's that number 2?
100.
100, yeah. I got row 0, but mine's.
Oh, you got one? No way.
But mine's to 500. I don't have the blue lettering.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but I have my guide. I mean,
Bernie.
These row zeros are so sick, man.
Yep. Do you guys remember if 98 Flair came in boxes like 94? I wasn't buying Flair in 98.
I wasn't either, man.
Regular packs.
Yeah, I want to say yeah. I mean, I didn't get this in a pack, but
yeah,
I remember seeing Flair. I mean, that was premium. That was like,
well, yeah. I mean, in '94 when they came out, they came in the boxes with the gold on the top, and they were extra thick. Are those ones extra thick, or are they back to standard?
I don't know.
Standard.
Standard. Do these brick? Do you know? Like, if you find like some.
Oh, probably yeah.
Like
the
probably yeah.
Because the next card shop, I'm trying to find boxes so we can break them at the house, bro.
Dude.
So that'd be kind of fun to rip some Flair.
Oh, talk about Tops 85-401 is in the chat there. Talk about 90s cards.
Oh, legendary.
Show it again, Casey.
He knew we were talking about him. Look at that.
He sensed it like a bat signal.
That's it. Yeah, we're showing all the shine tonight. I'll show an old card for him.
Tops 85-401.
By the way, Dylan, your guy kind of owned Pedro. Matsui had some big hits off Pedro in the playoffs.
Oh, that's good. All right. That's sick. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was pumped about getting that one. I kind of wanted to get, some of these pretty iconic inserts and parallels from that era. I wanted to try to see how many I could get. So I've been going on a pretty good run with them.
So when you were going for these, I know you went on the PSA website, or you talked to a collector and like made a list of the ones you wanted to go for. Because I'm just all over the place.
I've been watching this era for like 2 years. Before that, like I've seen a lot of it's basketball and football stuff. But I'm like, they got the same ones for baseball. So I was like, what are the ones that people go after? And then some of them, they didn't hit me, so I was like, nah. But then a lot of them, like this one and some of these other ones, I understand why they're so popular, because they're awesome.
Dude, they are. I mean, you're almost getting me sucked in, but I'm more of a 2000s guy because I was opening so much wax in that era that I want to have the stuff that I remember pulling back that I sold.
Right.
So I totally understand that. I was opening packs up in 98, 90s, but it was packs. It wasn't boxes and cases like a fool later, because I didn't have money in 95.
And it's a fun era because, like, with vintage, it's kind of like you save up the money and then you go get the one you want. Most of the cards are available. It's just about saving up the money and finding that right copy. With these, you might wait years before one of them pops up. With some of these serial numbered ones to 50 or lower, or even 100. Some of these, they don't pop up for even, not just like Bonds and Griffey, but even guys like Pedro. They don't pop up because all it takes is like a handful of real passionate player collectors that scoop these up, man. There's not that many.
Right on. That was an epic card. Lou, what do we got?
So Hall of Fame just passed. I don't agree with all the Hall of Fame picks, but got me think. I still love the Hall of Fame. So I started thinking about next year's class with CC Sabathia, Ichiro.
Oh, Ichiro's next year? Shoot.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm figuring Billy Wagner. He was so close. I think he finished at like 73-point-something%. So he was very short. He only needed a couple more votes and he would have been a Hall of Famer. So I think he's going to get it next year. But Ichiro was the one on my mind because I'm like, man, I would love to have a chrome card. I don't have any of his chrome cards. I do have a lot of his base. But this is the one I would like to show. Just because I think, hot take. To me, it's not a hot take because if you leave him off the ballot, you're a moron. But how is he not going to get 100%? How's he going?
It's crazy, right?
I'm glad that my Yankee, Mariano Rivera is the only 100% guy ever in the Hall of Fame. But if Ichiro doesn't get it, it's a travesty. Like, there's going to be some no doubt abouters coming up in the next couple of years with Ichiro, Pujols, Miggy Cabrera. Triple Crown winner. I will always be thankful for Miggy Cabrera because I never thought with this game of specialization, home run hitters, you got Ichiro who's, a slap ball hitter hitting 350. I never thought I would see a Triple Crown winner, and Miggy did that for me. So if Miggy's not 100%, it's you gotta get that guy's head.
There's problems.
You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. So this is the modern card I would like to show. Little Ichiro action.
Whoever doesn't vote for Ichiro should lose their ability to vote.
It's insane.
He is our hit king. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine if he just started over here. They add his stats. It's over 4,000. I think it's more than Rose's, but he would have been 4K easy.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%.
He had
the bot, dude. He's like 60 years old, and he still could probably get hits. Yeah. Like, the guy's a machine. He was built to last. Yeah. So he could have gone on forever.
That's why he was always stretching. People always ask, why are you stretching? He's in the outfield. He's still stretching. Never stop stretching.
So I got to guess what your card's going to be. Oh, well, yeah, we're going for what we wanted. We're showing what we're.
Did you show your modern card?
Dang it, man. I'm all messed up.
It's a tricky concept. I know. It's pretty complicated,
3 players in it,
Show us a modern card, or talk about a modern card that you one of your favorite.
Oh, me? Is it my turn?
Yeah. Did you do that yet?
Oh, my turn. Okay, here we go. I'll go. Dude, so I've got I've got one here that I wanted for all. I looked for this for all year long. There's a set from Topps Chrome in 2019. It's called the Greatness Returns, and I have the whole set in regular form, but I wanted gold form, and this is the one I wanted. And this is Mike Trout, Hank Aaron on combo card, and this happens to be a Gem Mint 10. This wasn't expensive. I won this for like $71. This one's numbered out of 50, but this is like my favorite modern card right now. I keep it on my desk. I love looking at it. Something of, it's got Hank Aaron and it's got Mike Trout on it. My two guys. Like I love those guys. So that's my modern card for you.
Well, I'll tell you the modern card. I'll stick with Pedro on that same theme. One of the Pedro cards that's I've never seen pop up yet since I've been hunting his cards is a 1996 Select Certified Mirror Gold. They are not numbered, but there's 30 of them that exist apparently. But it's just one of those cards that, like, I've seen cards of his that are even lower than 30, numbered to 30. The Mirror Golds don't pop up. So that's one that, and when it does pop up, if it pops up on eBay, it's just going to be a bloodbath of Pedro collectors. So it will probably be out of the range anyway of what I want to pay for it. But that would definitely be, I guess, a Grill Pedro card, Select Certified Mirror Gold. I got the blue and I got the red mirrors. Now the blue is only numbered to 45, or it's not numbered, but they made 45 of them. So it's not that many more, but they pop up way more than the golds, and the golds are 30. So it's just one of those cards that, whatever, it's just hidden away in collections and stuff. So haven't seen it yet, but that would be like the one that I don't have that I really would like to get at some point.
That's awesome. You're like it's funny. You kind of turn. I guess you kind of always have been, but you're like a super collector of certain players now. Like,
pretty
much player collector now. Yeah,
I've
always kind of been that.
I mean, you really narrowed your focus, so it's cool because I bet you your damn watch list is a lot simpler than mine. I got my watch list is bananas.
It's nice too.
I couldn't handle it, man. There was too many. Like, oh, look at this Stan Musial. Like, I had to just create rules for myself because otherwise it was just, I go nuts, man. Like, I want all the cards.
So it is. It's crazy. I wake up every morning and I look at my damn eBay and it says I have 30 items ending within 30 minutes. I have no intention of buying any of them because I have
stupid modern cards too, man. They're just like, it's not like they're easy to find, the rare ones, but they're not. You don't have to look at the condition of the card. Like, you're like, they all, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a modern card looks pretty much identical. It's nothing like vintage. So when you find the card, and you're like, boom.
Yeah.
Snap it, put in a one touch, you're good to go. That's
done.
Crazy to me.
It's insane.
9 is sometimes, the 10 is 3x of a 9 and like 5x of an 8. I'm like, they look the same. You crack it, you would have no idea.
Then
a lot of these are like they're serial numbered to 50 or 100. It's like, how much rare do you need to get? You got to get rare with the grade too. Like, I just want one of those. That's it. I don't care what grade.
I love the cats are like, this is a pop 1. I'm like, but it's only serial number to 10. Of course, it's a pop 1. Bro.
Yeah. And I think the hobby, I've noticed a lot of modern collectors since the crash. Like, I follow a couple guys like Spit and Ball Cards. I like watching there because they're not like trying to tell you what to buy. They just talk about modern stuff. And you got guys like Nate and everything. I think Nate's always been doing this, but those guys have kind of turned a corner and they're starting to buy. Who cares what the grade is? Get the rare card. Like, it doesn't matter. They're doing the same thing that, how I see it, what keeps me under control is buying centered Topps cards. Keeps me under control because they're not all centered. You can look for 2 years and not find one card centered in a certain card. So I think that is changing the hobby, the way we look at our cards. And the grades are like, they're becoming secondary in a lot of ways, which is exciting. It makes it bringing them back to the hobby, especially with everything going on. Awesome. Okay, Lou Rock, what do you got, dude?
Okay,
I think I know where you're going, and me and you are going to be like fighting battles.
What do you guys consider modern? Because I got two cards in mine.
Okay.
One is 84, the other one's 93. That's his.
Okay.
Let's do 93. 93.
So.
Okay, 93. 93 Pinnacle Joe DiMaggio auto. I want that card so bad, and it's not crazy.
Wait, what card? What card?
93 Pinnacle Joe DiMaggio.
Oh,
he
yes.
came in a set, but he signed a whole bunch.
Yes.
Of those cards, and there's 5 different poses, so I can't actually have a choice of what I want, but I would love to have at least one of those signed Joe DiMaggio cards because he has a beautiful signature. 93 Pinnacle. I mean, Pinnacle was legendary.
Pack pulled, you know it's legit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, the authentication is already on there. That's why I like a lot of the pack pulled stuff. I know eventually going down this rabbit hole of Hall of Fame autos, I'm eventually gonna have to go and get like the in person and get those slabbed up. Having a third party authenticator, or getting a postcard, or not postcard, but like a check or something like that. The bank obviously authenticated it. But that's way down the road. I don't got like 60 Hall of Fame autos, so I'm still a baby in the game. So that's why I could find so many different autos. But I would love to have a Joey D. And that Pinnacle one is just beautiful.
What is that like?
Black and white photo. Black and white photo.
I looked that up the other day. It's like $600. I think it's not like that.
Depending, depending. A lot of the 9.5s and 10 SIGs are like 6 to 8, but I can find them for like $450.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just sold a Joe D autograph I had slabbed on a card because it wasn't pack pulled and changing my whole thing, and just like I want a pack pulled, and I'm like, man, a couple more $100 and I can get a check, or I can get one that was inserted in a pack. I'm like, dude, no brainer, That isn't that the Pinnacle's a little bigger than the normal.
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Yeah,
a little bit longer. And Orlando, I have never sent the card in for grading.
John is en route. En route.
Not yet. Jason has it. I know you're trying to tell me I gotta do it with you on the phone because I'm afraid to mess it up. But Jason has yet. Fisher Bike. It's been like 3 months. I still got the cards waiting, but maybe I'll bring some cards to the National and just do it. That way I don't have to worry about the whole mailing in, and I have it right there. I might do that.
Hey, you see Mike Petty's comment right here? Those 93 DiMaggio cards are forged. I never heard that. I definitely will at least Google that and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Mike Petty likes to throw some heat in these comments, so I don't know if he's messing up.
I mean, super respected. He always has great knowledge. So
yeah. So
I'll look into it because I've been looking at a whole bunch of
he has a bunch of upper deck autos in packs too that were pack pulled. So there's another.
And Lou, Ray saying that the Joe D autos in 1992 score. Are you sure it's Pinnacle?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know for a fact. I got a whole watch list as Pinnacle.
Okay.
Are you really? Is it 92? I mean, Ray would know. 92 score.
There is a score DiMaggio for sure. I know that.
Maybe
I know
that. I was thinking.
Yeah, I can look it up. Look up 93 Pinnacle.
Ray knows.
And while you're doing that, guys, before I jump off in a minute here, I want to open this pack of 2000 Prism Baseball, 3 cards. What do we got there?
93 Pinnacle.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see what we got.
All right, let's see what we got in there.
First card.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Good outfielder, had a real strong throwing arm. Jermaine Dye.
Dude, those are insane looking cards.
I'm telling you, Prism,
that looks like a parallel. Prism. That thing looks insane.
So this is what's crazy. I'm pretty sure this is just the base card.
Wow.
The base cards were awesome back then. And then what we got here?
Ooh.
Woo! Yeah, we got whatever this is. Cal Ripken Jr.
Wow.
Not numbered, but just maybe looks like a cool card. Cal Ripken Jr. There we go. And then Bobby Abreu, another base card. So 3 cards.
Dude, those are
3 cards.
Really nice.
Yep. And you got Tony Gwynn on the cover there. So
that was it. 3 cards in a pack.
That's it. That's all you get. 3 cards, man. 3 cards.
Holy smokes.
That's why I usually just buy singles, but I had one of these laying around, so I figured I showed this earlier. This 2000 Brady Prism, so might as well open a Packer Prism too.
Hey, hold on. Go back. I want to use solo mode on that thing. That looks.
I mean,
pull up one of the cards you just pulled. Face cards.
I'll do 2 goats, Jermaine Dye and Brady.
Wow,
There
dude, that's awesome. Fire.
There you go.
That's cool.
Beautiful cards. So when I jump off, are you guys gonna scoop up a replacement from the chat to join?
Possibly. I'm gonna mix a drink, and then me and Lou are just gonna go haywire on baseball cards. All right. Well, before you leave, let me tell you my pick, because I thought Lou was gonna pick this. Lou was talking about the Ichiro, and he's the only one I need because I have the other 2 golds. So I want his gold from 2001. That's a huge. Now that I know he's gonna be, I had no idea it was next year. He's gonna be voted for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you better get it, bro.
Now I have to break out whatever it costs, $800.
He's in no doubt about it. I mean, CC Sabathia is up, so it's gonna be a good class. CC's got the hardware. Cy Young, 3,000K. You know, media doesn't hate him like Schilling, so and he has a World Series, so I don't see how they keep him out.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's it, you guys.
That's it for this session. Now the fun begins when I jump off.
2024, first episode, 2024 in the books. That was fun. Hey, I think we just leave this chat open. I can just carry the dang thing over and mix a drink. Just do like we normally do, Lou, and just start talking.
Do you know how to share your screen?
Share it? What do you mean?
Yeah, because Bink is asking to see the pinnacle. But it's on eBay.
No. Like you mean pop in?
Yeah, he was like, "Can you share your screen?" I mean, I'm not a host, so I can't do it.
Adam, you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, but share the link in the chat if you want anyone to join.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Adam.
Hey, see you, Lou.
See you,
brother. Talk to you guys.
Catch you later.
I can show you on my phone.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't know.
1993 Pinnacle.
Camera slot, media slot, camera slot.
DiMaggio.
I'm just like pushing buttons here now. Never done these buttons before. Discard changes. Now I know what you're talking about. You mean like show an eBay on there or something?
Yeah, because that's what I'm showing. I'm just showing like
I can do that only on my computer. That's the problem.
93 Pinnacle. I like it because I've seen the scores and other players, not the Joe DiMaggio specifically, but they signed the back of it. And it's like, for me, someone who likes to display cards, I don't like when they sign the back of cards. They did that with
I agree. Mickey Mantle too.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Because you're not going to display it backwards.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, who's going to display it backwards? All right, I'm going to go mix a drink.
I appreciate it.
Going on the
Just trying to show him the Pinnacle. But he has a couple poses, but now I'm going to check out Net 54. That is easy to look up old conversations.
Hey, Lou, what are we going to be talking about tonight? I've got a lot of cool cards that I want to show and talk about. But you got any ideas?
I'll show these early, but I'm loving these gilded.
Those are like a half a pound each. Those things.
Yeah, it's like the Topps Gold labels.
They're really cool. I got one for Shane, Shoebox Legends. I sent him one, and when I had it in my hand, I was like, man, these are really cool.
These are cool, man. Them caught.
All right, bear with me here. I'm gonna mix one up. Lou, what do you got? You having a cocktail too? Oh, you're
trying to be good, bro. I'm trying to get aerodynamic. You feel me? I got it. I mean, the weather was so nice here. I went for a run, so I'm trying to cut back on the bourbon intake. So right now, I'm drinking a little H2O. I had a beer earlier, so I'm trying to be good. I was drinking a little bit early. I'm just trying to stay hydrated, be good.
Well, I'm getting hydrated right now. Hey, we're not losing. Everyone's still hanging out. Thank you guys. Man, we're gonna get back into the zone here. I'm gonna change shirt. Get the drinking.
Irish cream nightcap for me.
There we go.
Eric is drinking some fancy drink. For Jason, the bourbon I love for the house, just like sipping around the house, is Horse Soldiers. I love Horse Soldiers. Small batch, which is their gold label. I'm also like for around the house. I love a nice Woodford double oak. The double oak is real nice. If I'm gonna make old fashions, I use a plain Woodford. What else I like? I'm not a big Angel's Envy guy, but I will drink it. I do have it. Jefferson's Ocean was pretty good. I just finished that bottle. But like my go-to for the house, you know, for the price, Horse Soldiers for me. I love Horse Soldiers. That and they're military guys. They're tier 1 operators, so I will always represent and support that. But yeah, Horse Soldiers for me, and I love Double Oak Woodford.
Okay, I'm fully loaded. Going back to the card room.
Let me guess what you drinking? A little vodka with soda water.
You know how I go. You know how I do it.
I gotta start hitting that, bro. Like I said, I gotta get aerodynamic like you, homie. Starting to feel good.
Dude, I wish I could, like, I see old guys like drinking bourbon on the rocks, like over ice. I'm like, dude, I wish I could do that.
Well,
no way.
That's the only time you really should mix your drink, if you're gonna put an ice cube in it. If it's good bourbon, but I like it neat. You're at the house as a sip in. It's not so you can chug.
Yeah,
and, I like my bourbon neat. But yeah, I would put a cube in it if it's got a little fire to it, a little heat to it. I'll put a little cube in it. It does open it up in some cases once it starts to melt. But yeah, I love bourbon. I love my cigars. The guys know, the Misfits know how I roll, and I'll have plenty of cigars for the National. And Eric's already buying alcohol, apparently. Sent us. So.
Woo-wee. All right. Lou, I'm gonna show you something I picked up.
What you got, homie?
Oh man, I didn't know Mike Trout had a card from 2010, and then I was like on eBay, like
his minor league,
his debut card. And me, I love Topps design, so I was like, I saw it and I was like, oh, what is this? This is insane. And it wasn't a cheap card, but I'm like, dude, I mean, I wanted to get it, so I looked up what it costs, and I wanted to get the gold.
Once an update.
What's that?
It's not as much as his update.
No, it's not. But it like ungraded, like a normal base card, it might be more than the update, which is weird. But I wanted the gold, but then the gold's numbered to like 50.
Of course, you want the gold, bro.
Yeah, but this one was on there as an auction, and I won it. And this is the blue, and I'm just like, yeah, dude. I went big. It was like $900.
He has another one, doesn't he?
There's a gold version. I don't know if there's another one that I know of.
Picture. Is that his 2010? I thought he had another.
2010 Topps Pro debut. So it's got the 2010 design, and this one's numbered to. There's only 2 parallels, I think, in this set. 250, 259. So
Bowman maybe.
Might be Bowman. He's got all kinds. It goes way back.
He has.
He goes way back in Bowman. But I'm more of a Topps guy, so I mean, I love Bowman Chrome. Don't get me wrong. But more like the ones I purchased. I know Mike Petty. I think Mike Petty hates Mike Trout. But I don't know if he's like joking. He's in there.
Mike Petty knows his shit, man.
Oh yeah, he does. Heck yeah, he needs to get on here. I don't know why he's not on YouTube like doing videos yet. It'd be insane.
Let me see. I got a little Mike Trout collection. If you want me to show you what I got. I got some Mike Trout stuff. What's this? Is that mine? I got boxes everywhere, bro.
Me and you both.
Here's a for Mike because I don't think he's a modern guy. Here's a 52 Minoso hanging out.
Love
a little
that card.
diamond cut, but I love it, man. Super sick.
52 tops. You've got to be lenient on those if you want them, or you're going to be like me sitting around for 10 years trying to find them.
You think about it, I mean, iconic set. I mean, it's 52 tops. You got to me, a legendary Hall of Famer, first Afro-Latino, first African-American White Sox. A lot of things going for it. So a little diamond cut, like I said, look at the registration on that thing. Look at that picture.
Hold on, let me get you in solo on that bad boy.
Solo.
Boom.
Thumbnail.
I tried to get like, did you see the post I did?
What's that?
I scratched out on the post. I scratched out Vince's thing, his face, and I was trying to find a picture of you, but I don't know how to do all that stuff. So.
Oh, you got this card? You gotta have this card.
No, I don't have that card. That's it. It's his second year, and I should have that card.
You should, bro. This is a.
It's 63 design too.
Because this is a sought after card. It's his second year, but his trophy cup is the trophy cup for Heritage is actually his third year.
I know, it's weird, right?
I actually found this in a value box, bro. I got this for $1.
That's insane. That's so sick.
Oh man.
Yeah, I should get that card because me and the 63 design, I can put that on my wall next to my other ones. I got a bunch of Trouts on my wall next to those.
I just love the Heritage, and on top of that, I figured you would love this because it's like 63 tops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I should. It's just kind of expensive at the time when I was looking.
Try the Trouts. I got lots of Trouts. Oh, shiny shine. This one, I actually found this in a value box too. This is number 999.
I can't get over. I can't do paninis, man. I just can't do it. I can't do no logos.
They're pretty, bro. Like, can you tell? Like, look at that. It doesn't matter. Even if that was a Topps card, where are you gonna put the logo?
I can tell on my head. I just know. You know what though? They have more shine, the paninis, and they have Donruss's designs on a lot of their inserts, which are awesome.
Here's a rainbow foil.
Ray, I'm drinking vodka and soda water. Here, I'm gonna sip a little bit here.
Like this, I got this I hit this in a pack. Out of 75, bro. Look at that thing.
It's a panini, yeah. Look at that. No logo, man. 75. They made so many numbered cards in those paninis. It's insane. Not to knock your card, Lou.
No, bro. I love all cards.
Oh, that's a sick one.
Yeah.
That
That was luck. What else I got? Oh, I was trying to get all, bro. You can't tell me that's not cool.
Dude, I almost bought that card. Like I kid you not. I just tell myself once I buy one, I'm hosed because then I'm like okay with it, and then all of a sudden I'm buying panini cards.
You can't tell me you don't like this card.
I absolutely love that card.
Heritage is sick.
Love that card. Heritage is super sick. And you know what I love about Heritage is that I don't, maybe people understand or maybe they don't, but there's not that many parallels in Heritage. They're strict. They're still sticking to their original, 6 parallels minus some other random autograph stuff, but they don't have that many. Love those sapphires.
You can get in trouble with Sapphire, bro. Sapphire is
beautiful. Once you go down that hole, it's over. Yeah. I did that for a while.
But I know you have this. For a little bit, I was trying to get the rainbow, and I just stopped because during the pandemic, it was just getting stupid. I was getting them before, which wasn't too bad, but I haven't even looked afterwards. I bet you they've come down a lot, but
that's the best.
This card right here. I got the opening day one. Couple opening days.
Hey, hold it, Lou. Hold that there. Stay on there.
Well, what color you want? Because I got
mine here. Right, I'm gonna blow your mind. That card's my favorite Trout card.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, the green one. Is it called the Emerald?
Yeah, it's the Emerald. So opening day has a blue version of this, and I fell asleep and went for It went for like $120, and that was the only time I ever seen it that affordable. It's gone.
Hold on, let me see that. I think I have that card.
The opening day blue shimmer.
Yeah, I got the opening day.
And for some reason, I think that this is the Walmart parallel, this light blue.
Yeah.
And I could never, for the life of me, understand why the red, the Target exclusive, was so much. But I just realized it's the color match. That's why it's so expensive.
That's why, exactly. The red for Angels. There we go, together.
Yeah, that's sick. I know you like doing that.
Just
but yeah,
I don't know why I love doing that. Everybody love that.
I love this card. I love the pose. Because it's a superstar who's he's hustling. He's going into third. You always see the superstars batting. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I love the orange. I almost got the purple. But like I said, Trout's not my guy, but he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys everyone wants in their collection.
This is my favorite. It's the sparkle. It doesn't say sparkle, but the blue.
Yeah, the opening day one. That's the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, these are insane.
I really want that one.
And they're numbered too. This one's numbered out of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Opening day. That's the one I fell asleep on, bro.
Man, these are so sick.
Bro, you can't tell me you don't like this. This one you could deal with.
The USA. Yeah, I could deal with that one because it's USA. All day long.
USA. So you could do the logos on this one, but bro, if you could get the prism, like the refractor version, bro.
What year is that? 2009 or something?
This one is 2013. Bro,
2013. Okay.
2013. The prism is gorgeous, dude. It's just, if I can find that card, I'll get it.
I'll have to check that one out.
That's one of those, like, if I see it at a show and I got cash in my pocket, I'm getting that card. It's just, on eBay, just like I said, we had this discussion. I got so much stuff on my eBay watch list. Like, I gotta chill. I can't just go after Mike Trout.
Dude, I'm you know what? I've been really good this last month. Minus that Trout card that I bought last month. I've been buying all just Matsui cards for like $5 and $10.
Yeah, I've been staying in my lane. Like I said, this is the only thing I've been doing. I've been doing my Topps Gilded Hall of Fame autos because I just fell in love with it. It's up there with the 99 Epic Signatures from Upper Deck, the 2005 Absolute Spectrums. Like those, I love those sets.
Yeah. There, you've seen this one. This is the mini.
Oh,
mini gold, number 262. I have 2 of these. I mean, I'm so crazy, right? It's like,
well, if you ever fall out of love with one of them, call me first.
All right. Yep, will do. Absolutely.
Because like I said, I've been chasing that set. It's not like my number one, but that was a fun set pre-pandemic. And then like everything else, pandemic jacked everything up. And it was less fun trying to get, because
they've come way back down. When I bought these, they already crashed, but now they crashed even more, and so I keep buying Trout cards. But
yeah, Trout's market has dropped a little bit.
It's a fickle beast, but I'm pretty much maxed out on Trout cards unless I see something random like that 2010.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
Or this.
I almost fell in the hole of trying to get his rookie. I was going to sell for like an 8 and drop like a decent amount of money, 700. I was like, you know what? I mean, he's 10 years.
You mean his base card? Yeah, you're stoked you didn't do that.
That's why. I mean, 2011 update. And I told myself, it's just a base card. I love base cards. Look, base cards are the foundation of the hobby. I don't care what it says. Base cards, base rookie cards are the foundation.
But it doesn't mean they should be worth a lot of money.
Exactly.
The foundation of the hobby was built off of Jose Canseco 87 tops and 85 McGuire. They should be $25 to $30 max. Like when I saw Trouts going up, the base cards, that's why I didn't buy any base cards of Trouts unless I just wanted just to have, but no rookies, no expensive stuff. I thought it was just silly.
That's crazy. Just the way we grew up though, right? Like vintage cards were stagnant. Like they were expensive. Like you could get cards, Clementes, Mantles, whatever. You could get those cards, but they stayed at that price for the year. Like if I say all year, it's going to be $500 from January to December. They weren't. There was no peaks and valleys like it was. It was always slow. It matriculated very slowly. But yeah, when I was looking at these Trout cards, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 250. Maybe I should get on it. And I'm like, okay. When I was about to pull the trigger, it was 500. And then I'm like, what the heck is this? When I was growing up, the card of cards that was expensive was
Griffey's rookie.
Was Griffey, but even Griffey wasn't the most expensive guy in the set. It was Dale Murphy's reverse negative.
Oh.
I think Dale Murphy's reverse negative was like $80 and Griffey was 40. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy that, you know, and to me, I was like, at the time, he wasn't even Hall of Fame eligible because he hasn't even played 10 years. So I was like, I'm not going to invest. Oh, I almost said the wrong word. By a guy who might not even make the Hall of Fame. It's like, is no one seeing this?
I feel like I still think that, I mean, look, I love base cards. I don't want anyone to get the wrong opinion, but I think it's ridiculous that Mike Trout's base card is worth that much money. It's absolutely crazy. I know like collecting base cards is awesome. Absolutely. But the value isn't there. I would collect those because they're cool to have base cards, but I would just collect them and put them in, buy 9 in a normal. But to see a Mike Trout card become that valuable, I think it messes up people's brains for the future. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be another Mike Trout card in Topps. It probably will be because there'll be some bubble in 20 more years. But I just don't understand why that card is so valuable. Still, this doesn't make my brain doesn't understand it. That's why I went straight for the gold, because I'm like, the gold was the same price as a PSA 10, and there's only 2010, 11 of them.
Well,
I don't know.
If you look at it, I mean, Trout was, everyone was considering him the GOAT. And he is. He's great. 3-time MVP.
He is.
He was so high. I mean, he's coming back down. It's still expensive to me, but like, look at Shohei. Shohei is expensive, but it's not Mike Trout expensive still. Like, you can get a Shohei base card relatively cheap.
Absolutely.
Aaron Judge's base card is relatively cheap.
Like $30 each, right? Ungraded. Or graded in a 9. 30, 35. That's reasonable. That's like what they should
That's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it's supposed to be.
I don't ever see Ohtani's cards being, his base cards being worth thousands.
I was going to say his autos are crazy stupid. But
that's different, though. And that's because they're pack pull and they're more rare. And, man.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like I said, I'm a rookie card guy, and I love my base rookie cards. But it's just, I have to stick to that because it's hard to start putting assessed value on manufactured rarity, right? It's like you hear 1 of 1, but even 1 of 1 is getting watered down because every set has a 1 of 1.
Dude. Lou, let me put everybody on hold. We've got Mike Petty on screen in the background. He's coming in live. This is sick. Holy smokes.
Let's do this.
Okay.
What's up there? Word cakes.
What?
How's it
going
there, tough guys?
What an salute.
Cheers, Mike. Thanks for coming on, man.
A little beverage. I'm ready to talk some baseball cards.
I am humbled by your presence.
I'm just gonna say I'm so honored you decided to come on like right now at this moment. Like, dude,
we might get Orlando on here. Orlando.
You're talking my game here, so I thought I'd come up and I'd show you some baseball cards. Let me show you some nice low eye appeal.
Hold on, let me put you on solo mode.
Very low.
Look at that, Joey.
I'll take that off your hands anytime. Yeah, you got to take the sleeve off.
Oh, geez.
Look at Mike. We got
Let's go.
Look at that.
You were talking about that earlier.
Beautiful. What do you mean low eye appeal? That is stunning.
It's not as centered as you'd like it.
Yeah, but that's a card that I make an exception for. Like,
there's lots of them.
It's not a Topps card. It's like, that thing is insane.
They are pretty nice. That's it.
It's a
How many of
beautiful-
those do you have? Like 6 of those?
No. I only collect singles of baseball cards.
Oh,
Only
okay.
autographs and baseballs. I have
Hey,
lots of them.
I'm so distracted. I'm like, I see the Joey D, but your hair is so luscious. Look at that great head of hair.
I just got it cut. It was down to here. I actually just got it cut last week. I'm still kind of trying to
Oh,
figure
shoot, now
it out.
I want to go get some cards.
I know, but at least I have hair at my age.
Dude, that's impressive. Yes, we
Right.
all hope to be there. Hey,
Mhm.
Mike, is this your first time showing your face ever, right?
This is, yeah, this is my debut.
So
This
let me
is-
ask you,
Yeah.
obviously, since you're getting on this right now, you plan on doing a channel then?
No.
Come
No
on.
channel. No, there's no need for channels. I can just come on your channels.
Well, you can, but it's fun. It's fun. Me and Lou, I know I can speak for both of us. We don't do this to like gain views and subs, and that's not why we do this. We do this because we get to show off our collections and we get to talk about our own thoughts. Like, I know you have many thoughts about things, like
Oh boy, do I.
a lot that are different than
I'm
mine.
full of it, all right.
So what were we
Yeah.
talking about? What drew you to jump on the live stream?
Yeah, I want to know.
I saw you guys drinking.
That was
And
it.
I
I was
said, you know
thinking,
what? I don't have to drink to have a good time, but I figure why take the chance?
dude, drinking is it loosens the gate a little bit and lets you open up with your friends and talk
Yeah,
a little more personal.
You guys all have a good rapport. I love really just watching all of you guys. You have just some amazing collections, and I love just giving you shit though. There's nothing more fun than like calling you anal eddies about all the centering cards and all the. I mean, shit. If they were all centered, we'd all be happy. But you can't always. I mean, I guess you can and be that, but I'm just not that picky. I try to get them centered when I can, ever since I was younger, but. You sometimes you just have to take your chances.
Yo, you see Mookie? He's
Yeah,
like Mike Penny's catfishing us the whole time.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm literally, you're like legendary.
Here's another one for you that I just happen to have here.
Hold on.
I guess I have to take them out, right?
You got to take them out.
Nah, you gotta take them out.
Boy, no, I'm gonna have to
You gotta hit it at the right angle.
So, like, here's one of them that I like.
Wow.
It's a Hank Aaron, but it has very low eye appeal, as you can see. Like most.
It is not low eye appeal.
Why do I have so much glare?
Yeah, dude, trust me. It's really.
There we go. That's beautiful right there.
That's it. That's the spot.
So yeah, it's pretty. As you can see, like, so when I bought this, I said, I just want something that's fairly centered, no print marks, because this card typically has print marks or whatever. And then you bid on it, you win, and sometimes you get a nice card, sometimes you get beat like a redheaded stepchild.
Dude, I've gotten beat, but that is not getting beat.
Here's another one for you that I had for a while. This one happens to be centered. Ty Cobb.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So these are kind of the cards I like. I've been collecting them for a little while. I've probably been maybe 10, 15 years, but I've literally been collecting a lot of these since I was like in my 20s, and then before that,
Yeah, why don't you give us a little of your history since you're on here? Because
I mean, basically,
all of us want to know.
Like most of you kids, started when I was 10 years old. That was probably in 71. So, just opened up packs like crazy, had 20, 30 of every guy, cut them up, did all kinds of shit with it, with the cards. And then I think by 74, 75, I moved on. But I think, one of the stories that I like to tell that I'm sure you guys can appreciate, and that is in 74. So I was 13 years old. I had back then you would send away in the mail for cards. You'd send them money 6 weeks later. You check the mailbox every day. You couldn't check on your order. But
what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I think it was just like the Sports Collector Daily, or there was a couple of publications.
What I was trying to think. Okay.
I think that's what they were called back then, or the Sports Digest or Sports Collector, and then they had a bunch of these old timers that like this. I want to say his name was Larry Fritch or one of these guys. They had advertised Mickey Mantle 52 tops, $75, and Honus Wagner T206 $1,500. Well, I was never going to get that, but I did manage to save the $75 up.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What you doing,
Oh,
bro?
Oh, dude, I hit the
I
wrong
can't-
button.
I can't show you that, but I'm
No,
telling
you
you the
haven't?
story. So what happened was I waited 6 weeks. You know, after getting my parents to write a check, as you might imagine, for $75, telling me I was fucked in the head. You know, you're nuts, kid. Like, what are you gonna do? And sure enough, 6 weeks later, I get in the mail. I get a Koufax rookie, a Campanella, and a credit memo for $25. So I think that was like one of the times I just really felt scammed. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm done with these baseball cards. I threw them all in the box.
They sent
And
you
I
the
was,
wrong cards.
no, they didn't really send me the wrong cards. I just assumed that they didn't have the manual.
But
And
it's,
they took my money
Wow.
anyway instead of, and I never
Wow.
asked. I didn't, there was no secondary choices or what
Yeah.
do you get next or anything.
they
So
sent you a 55 Koufax and a
yeah,
camping
yeah.
and
And
a
I
$25
think
credit.
Yeah, a $25 credit. So I mean, I was happy with the Koufax at the time, and I said, "Oh, that's kind of cool," but
This
I didn't
sucks.
really want it. It wasn't on my list, even though I love Koufax, and I was
Back in the
I
shoe
grew up
box.
a Dodger fan. But so that I pretty much stopped though, because I just said, it didn't feel good. Kind of like you get ripped off now these days, and you kind of go into a shell for a little while and go, I don't really want to get hammered again. So it wasn't until I wonder if I have that card around, but.
Yeah,
It wasn't until
I don't even need a show
probably
card.
about 7, 8 years ago that I did replace that card, but it cost me quite a bit more
Let's see this
than the
thing.
$75. Let me see if I've got it here. Boy, I really wasn't planning on coming on to do this, but let's see what I got.
You know what, Mike? I love that you have them at your house, and not
I
against
have,
people who
I
have them
do.
in the bank vault. But to
Here's
me, like, you
here's the
want to have it.
Campanella.
Oh,
But now this one's not
oh,
as
wait.
it's not as good as Orlando's.
That's a beautiful
But
camera.
That is sick.
it's nice. It's almost centered.
Oh,
And there's a Pee-wee. It's almost
oh,
centered.
you have the Pee-wee. Oh my gosh, I love that card.
Oh, I got them all.
Wait, show
Let me
that
tell
Pee-wee
you.
again.
My
Show me
man's
that
like, I
Pee-wee.
got them all.
Show me that Pee-wee again.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
have
get the
them.
whole set.
I don't have them all. Believe me. If I had a collection like Orlando or like what's the guy's name? Red Jacket 99.
Yeah,
Blue
Blue Jack,
Jacket?
Dave.
Oh, that dude. I mean, these guys, they have collections. Nothing like me. These are fake.
Yeah, yours are junk.
Here's a
Yours are junk.
terrible off-centered, terrible eye appeal
Oh, that thing's terrible.
on that.
I love how
one.
he drops all these fives. Terrible eye appeal.
Oh, yeah. So here's the card that cost me about, well, it must have cost me at least 20, 30 times. As you can see the terrible eye appeal on that.
Oh my god.
And again, like when you look at it, I'd rather have Orlando's, but I got a
Oh.
great deal on this one. And this happened to be, a hobby legend just passed away, I think, a couple weeks ago, named Ted Zendakis on the Net 54. And this particular card was opened by his friend, that he grew up with.
Really?
And I happened to find that out through Net 54. He was showing the card, and I go, "Shit, that's my card." And he says, "Yeah, that was it. He had it. It went through Love of the Game, and then I bought it through a local guy here in person." That was.
I mean,
another-
how
that
much
was a story.
cooler did that card become after that story? Like that just upped it.
Well, it was finally I could
There's
finally
history.
afford to buy it again or consider it after how many years, So that was.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 40 years after the fact, after I lost the card. But so anyway, I know you don't want it because it's offset.
I would take that.
No,
nano
you wouldn't.
Hey,
all
Mike,
day
you already
long.
know.
Color.
See,
It's got
he's
horrible-
already jumping off. He's jumping off the bandwagon. OC cards need love too.
Horrible
I see that
color.
all the time.
You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't
Oh
want it.
my gosh.
And here's one that is centered actually. This one has high eye appeal.
Oh my gosh, 54. Bernie.
Oh my gosh. And
And you
it's
can
six
see
and
it.
it's centered? That's
That's
insane.
centered perfectly.
Wow.
It's most sixes. But let's take a little look at this.
Take a little closer look at that, baby.
Hey,
Take a little gander.
Orlando's asking about the Wagner story.
Ah, that's a fucking brutal story. We don't want to go down that road.
God, look at that card right there.
I mean, look how now. See, if you notice, I like it centered between his ass and his ear. So it's left to right. It might appear like that's why Dylan.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
You wouldn't like it because it's not perfectly centered. But for me, I like it. It's
Because
Yeah.
otherwise it gets. Yeah, I hear you.
Well,
very
the
low eye appeal.
the issues
Very-
with those 54s are the snowing and the name's always cut off. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any snow on that, but who can tell? I can't see that well.
Hey, Mike, just so you know, you made the people watching you bumped us up like a whole bunch. You
Oh,
were
did
up-
I?
Yeah,
Yes.
37.
I'm
Legendary.
telling you. Let me.
It's
Well,
like 12
I could
o'clock
go
at
on
night
for-
most places.
Let's see
Mike,
what else
so
I
I
got
mean, you
here.
already showed some incredible cards.
Here's a nice
What?
one, but again,
Yes.
it's just terribly off center. I know once again, I know Dylan wouldn't like it. He's had 3 or 4 of these before. There's one.
Mine's off centered. I have mine's off centered. That is a
That's
PSA
sick,
7.
I think it's off center.
It looks pretty well centered to me.
Yeah, it's got low eye.
Man.
You wouldn't like it. No, I mean I've been picking up a few cards here these days, but let's see what else is exciting.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go right
Before
ahead.
you show some more cards.
Ask me anything,
You know,
fruitcake.
someone like me comes on. You know, I'm younger than you, and
better looking.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say that, but I am younger. But
Yeah.
when a guy like me comes on and I say my opinions about centering cards, do I come across as someone who is like that? I really hate
An
off-center
elitist?
cards.
Yes.
No, yeah,
No, not
or,
really.
Or am
It's
I
just-
coming? Be honest, because I
It's
don't
just
want
funny.
that.
I just find it funny.
Okay.
Because and it's not really, I mean, because like everybody is pretty much taking that approach now. It's like it's all centering or nothing, or this eye appeal bullshit. And these cards, I mean, now here's the card that I mean, again, I know you wouldn't want it, but if you bought it for $85, you'll take it off center, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Most of the cards need love, baby.
I mean, it's still nice, but for $85.
The registration, registration for me.
And I don't have to buy another one. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not cheap. I'm not trying to save a buck, but when you want so many cards and you have a long list, you gotta cut corners, so to speak. That's a joke, son. Cut corners. Oh, I cracked myself up. What else did you see?
But it's so true, though. I mean, you find a beautiful card. Registration is nice. Leaves more money, more meat on the bone for another card and another.
Yeah,
card.
I mean, I think for the first 10 or 15 years of buying cards too, I never would buy a double. So once you get it, like I think Mike always says, the baseball collector, he always says, yeah, once I get it, I put it away and I forget about it. I'm like pretty much, I don't try to get it. I'm not trying to get a better copy. You know, it's like I'm done with it.
So, Mike, let me ask you another question here.
Yeah.
Lou, you got to get these questions going, man. We
Get
got
those
Mike Petty
questions
on
going.
our channel, bro, on our show.
I got questions, but
hey,
I'm just letting my
you-
man talk because he's always real, always got great comments, always super active in the chat.
Whenever I have time, I'm all about it.
I always thought that maybe you didn't like me, but then I realized that you were just being Mike Petty, just being you, just having a good time. So I fell in love with your comments and everything. But my question to you is, do you collect other things besides giant cards? Is your collection? Do you have do you have 1,000 graded cards, or do you have 300 of the greatest cards ever, like you're showing?
I think I probably have. Just the way I look at it is, I just want to start buying. And I go for cards or players I've always liked, guys that were actually good. Unlike the players today, it's funny. Like for many years, I had season tickets to the Dodgers. I've been going since I was 10 years old to Dodger Stadium. My dad worked on the original construction there. My grandfather had seats literally right by the field. I mean, I can tell you some stories about that someday, and some old timers I've picked up or sat next to. I've got 2 Dodger Stadium chairs here right in front of me from the original construction, and so it meant a lot. But it's just like baseball. Ever since with the Dodgers, with the TV contract and all that, it's kind of turned me off. And also the netting around the home plate and everything, where you can't get close to the players anymore. they can't throw you a ball or your kids or anything. It kind of just, I lost my passion for most of it. Now I still go to a couple of games a year and take the grandkids and stuff.
So you're talking about
Oh
Dodger
my
Stadium
God!
as
Look at
is right now.
Dylan. Stop talking. Look at this
Wow.
card he's going to show.
I
Look
know.
at
I saw it.
You saw it already?
It's
Yeah.
sickening. It's sickening.
It's got very low eye appeal. And as you can
4.5.
tell,
Very low eye appeal. What the?
Wow.
Look at the red.
Wow.
I mean, the red on that is ridiculous, isn't it?
Even I don't even think Orlando doesn't even have that card. That
So
is
nice.
stunning.
Mike, I mean, you're showing fire. You're showing some
Yeah,
legendary.
I'm showing you
cards.
everything I got because I probably who knows
But
when I'll ever come
what's
on
the
again.
one card that just is? I don't know if it's sentimental, if it's just the card you've been chasing for decades. What's the one card that comes to mind? If it was
God,
it a
I mean,
gift?
literally all these cards that I showed you already, like the Jackie Robinson, that's pretty, like that was a nice card.
Yeah, that's
So like,
52.
there's been a lot of talk about the 48 and the 49 Leaf and the one thing that I know is that those Leaf cards, I got a Leaf card for you.
Yeah.
They've been trimmed quite a bit in the back in the day, like from 2000. It was quite a thing. So I just never really went that way. And then the
Really?
49 Bowmans as well. I never really liked it. But I mean, after starting to look at it a little bit more now, and I mean, I'm considering sticking it on my list because it is a pretty nice and iconic card.
The Bowman. The Bowman.
The
Yeah,
Bowman,
it's beautiful.
and even the Leaf too. So I mean, I may, if the mood strikes me at some point, I'm at a show and I haven't found anything, but one of those is there. Maybe I'll pull the trigger on that. But I mean, this card you can't beat that. I mean,
Well,
it's
Mike,
gorgeous.
I don't know if you know, but to toot my horn here, I
Yeah.
said that is the most iconic card basically in the hobby. I think that has the
I
most
think so
potential
too.
to go up in the future. I think that is an astronomically undervalued card as it is. Not that I like talking value, so I don't really care.
It took a great jump, during the pandemic.
It did.
I mean, it jumped up like from. I mean, I think I got that for like shit. I mean, probably less than. I mean, around $1,000, $1,100.
Man.
Yeah.
And then the prices went up on those, and then the centered copies, they get carried away.
Yeah. Once the mantle went into the stratosphere, people started looking. Okay, what's next in the 52 tops? And obviously, everyone landed on the Jackie, and then Jackie started. Deservedly so.
It's a hard card to get, really, and especially centered.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's harder than Mantle, I think, in a lot of ways. But I mean, I guess if you've got the money, you could. There's a couple of nice ones on Heritage, I think, right now. So here's one for Dylan. I know he likes this guy, and this one has. No, unfortunately, it's got low eye appeal. Unfortunately, but it's okay. I like this guy.
Oh, man. Look at that.
And of course, none of the guys on the registry, the Anal Eddies, they won't like it because it's SGC. And of course, it's not centered, as you can tell.
Looks really nice.
But it's nice. I like that card. That's one of my favorites.
Mike, you got all kinds of questions. Can you read the comments or not?
No, I can't.
Okay. We got one from Rick, vintage oddball cards. You know Rick.
Yeah, I'm chasing that guy. I mean, I'm probably second bidder on every card with him lately. I kind of filled these gaps with these cards first, and then I think in the last 2 or 3 years, I've been getting more into what the oddballs are, what they call. Like, I mean, he knows I've been chasing him in every comment. He's probably tired of it, of the Dandy Mantle. Yeah. He's got a gorgeous one, and these guys and Red Jacket. Oh, fuck. I mean, he's got like a 7 or an 8. The thing's perfectly centered.
Red jacket, blue jacket, purple jacket.
Yeah, whatever his jacket is, but that guy's got a lot of jackets.
You gotta answer this question for Rick.
Yeah, well, let me see.
And you guys are both legends now. What's the rarest?
I'm not a legend.
What's the rarest card in your collection?
I don't know. I don't know if I have a rare card, if you call them that.
The
one that I can show now, I have this.
Oh.
It's pretty nice. And I have the test dummy The yellow one I just picked up at the Burbank Card Show. I don't know where the hell that is though. Maybe I'll look for it here in a minute. But this card here is sweet. I mean, look at the corners on this. Has high eye appeal.
Yes, it does. And I like those without the tab because it's a baseball card.
Yeah.
You rip the tab off of those.
I was thinking about that. They have them all right now. The whole set with tabs.
I'd rip them all off.
Heritage. I mean, Blue Jacket was showing that. And I was thinking, man, I'll crack all those out and I'll rip those tabs. I'll cut them with a scissors if I have to.
Yeah, those things, those cards are getting super popular. That's the thing about YouTube. I love YouTube, but you start talking about a card, it catches like you were saying before, the high eye appeal and centering. I never grew up like that. It was always 4 sharp corners and registration, and don't autograph your baseball cards. I still listen to that somewhat. That's why I like
it is incredible how the signatures have taken off on cards. I mean, there's a couple of guys on Net 54 that, I mean, they've been collecting those for years, and some of the guys are they're just raking in dough right now because they've been collecting these for years.
Mike, not to interrupt you, but we have two more good questions, and we'll do one from Theo.
Ruth cards. I mean, I know I have some Ruth cards, but they're just basic.
I got some somewhere.
I know.
Theo wants to know how much YouTube do you watch a day?
He is everywhere.
I try to watch. I'll listen to it. Believe it or not, falling asleep because it helps me sleep.
Oh, so that's why you like Rick. That's why I like
Rick he's great to put me right to sleep. But I like that. When I'm working from home, I work right from this office here for most of the day. So, as I'm multitasking, I'm clicking around videos and, I'll think about cards here now and again. So here, I've got a couple. I know this one is a good one for Theo. The Ruth cards. I know I'm looking for those. I mean, they should be around here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not very organized, as you can see. I wasn't planning on coming on. I just grabbed a stack. But I always wanted to show this to Theo because I know he likes this guy with very low. This one has real low eye appeal.
Wow.
As you can tell. It's almost centered, but not quite. As you can see.
Yeah, mine's decent centered.
Yeah, so that's I really love that card.
I don't have that card. It's still on my.
You don't have it?
No, I don't have it. Always wanted it.
I wonder if it's real. It's pretty light.
Trade you for that card.
Probably fake. I got some. Let me see. Let me see what else is here. 6. I mean, got mantles.
Yeah, Theo collects Clemente.
One thing I can't find. I don't find my Willie Mazes. Here's a Willie Maze.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, but then again, you're not gonna like
it. Is it?
You already know it's got.
This is like Elvis Presley talking to us. I look up and I just see hair.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
Oh my God!
Low eye appeal.
Holy smokes!
See, you wouldn't want it because it's not centered top to bottom.
Yeah, you're right.
On the back, it's centered top and bottom on the back.
Yeah, it's like 60-40. Atrocious.
It's awful. I wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it. I'm throw it away.
This guy just showed a 52 jack.
Mike, I can't wait till I did a video with Greg, midlife crisis cards. And all we talked about was centering, and all I talked about was centering. All I know is I was when we were filming, like thinking, oh, Mike's gonna have a hate.
This one. I have an extra one of these. I've been thinking about putting that on a trade night.
That's sick. Yeah, put that on the trade night coming up.
It's got very low eye appeal, though. You guys wouldn't like it.
I'll take that thing. It's got the tab on it. I love the tabs on that one.
The tab.
Yeah. You do realize this cat showed a 52 Mantle, 52 Jackie, 52 Mays, and the Campy. Come on, bro.
Theo said thank you.
Yeah, I don't know where. I'm really.
He said that thing's not centered enough for him.
Here's one that's not centered.
Oh my gosh, that is sick.
This is a Triscuit speaker. You know who that guy was? He had a lot of hits.
He had a lot of hits. He was
what backs on there? I've been looking at those cards for like 4 months now.
It's I don't really collect the backs.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the front for me, right? It's a baseball.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'm really disappointed I can't find. Oh, here's one.
Orlando, you're correct.
Blue.
Oh my gosh! Let me see that again. That's on my hit list for the national.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, see, like on these cards again, I'm more concerned about the surfaces and the
Yeah,
I like
agree.
to buy them in a 1.5 to 2. That's kind of a happy spot.
I agree.
But then I don't want a ton of back damage.
Yep.
And I don't care. I'll take the offset. I mean, I guess you'd call that low eye appeal.
I would take look. You saw my Joe D. I'll take off centered in these cards. I just,
you won't be happy though.
We all have rules.
It's like I tell Dylan, I'm like, bro, when you start approaching, when a card's starting to approach 90 years old, I mean, when you're looking at 30s, 40s, come on, you gotta have a little tape. The registration takes precedent.
Exactly. Now here's a good story for you.
Duke's got a question for you, Mike.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah, I wish. No, I mean, so I should have started from the top down, but I wanted to learn my way through the 70s, 60s, 50s, and now I think those cards are. I mean, not that I couldn't buy them. It's just that I'm not spending $50,000 to $100,000 on a card. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
see a lot of people because I mean, I guess it's not what I would call fuck you money. That's if I had just like, I don't know, 30 million, 40 million, I could do that. But no, I don't. Here's a story for you. It's not a bad one.
Oh, hold on. Let me solo mode you. Woo!
So this card, I traded for this card in I think it was 1989. Raw.
Wow.
And you know what I traded it for? This is why I try to tell the kids that they don't want to listen.
You traded it 89 upper deck.
Yeah, I traded it for a fuckface card.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that Ernie Banks I showed you,
Yeah.
that was also in another trade for another fuckface card.
Oh my gosh. People thought,
dude, that's sick. Hey, we got another really good question from Orlando.
My favorite card. Well, Orlando's already
earlier. He couldn't pick.
No, I mean my favorite. I guess it would be this one, but again, nobody would like it because it's BVG.
I love BVG.
We collect slaps now.
I'll show it to you anyway. I mean, because it is pretty nice, but I mean, it's kind of low eye appeal.
You just broke the internet.
Damn BVG.
It's very low eye appeal. BVG. I want to throw.
Hey, what are the subgrades on that? Read them off.
Yeah, so let's see if you can see. I mean, the centering is a 9.
Looks insane. Yes, that's right up my alley, Mike.
And it has no print lines and no wax on the back.
Wowzers.
I mean, the wax is perfect on the back.
Fuck, man.
You put that on the market today, centering 9, you're hitting a jackpot.
Well, that's why, I mean, I'm not a big BVG, or I don't really care. I'm not putting it in my registry. That's for anal eddies. Once again, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to crack it out. Let's crack it out and find out it's
anal eddies. Well,
I love that.
Well, I was going to bring this up before the legendary Mike Petty joined us, but
yeah,
it's so true how this generation of collector is brainwashed by PSA. I was just watching a video where in the title it said I was just upcharged, meaning, I have a PSA 10. The guy is excited because PSA is charging him more for a grade.
I mean, it's crazy. I think that is one
PSA
of the biggest
prints money. They print money.
Personally, I don't like to be scammed in any. I don't know anybody that really does. But I mean, if you think about it, that is just a fucking money grab. I would never run my business like that. I think it's I've whatever I have, the little I have, it's all been done with integrity. That is just zero fucking integrity, in my opinion.
I mean,
I'm going to upcharge you because it took me the same 10 seconds. Who passed it around to that idiot?
The same amount of work, and now there's a special interest because they're benefiting from it.
It is. It really is. It's not right. Here's another mantle while I look for the roofs. Tell you what, that must be that they could be in the safe.
Mike Petty's real, everybody. He's here. He's in the flesh. This is
I'm just putting my
crazy.
cards away. I'm not even gonna show my.
Yeah,
cards.
I'm like. There's no. Just.
Oh no, don't you got you? These are nothing compared to most of the guys, really. I mean, I don't know. I could show you some Cobbs. I've got some of those Cobbs.
Wow.
And I don't have a lot of these, but I do like them, and I do try to get. I still need the green one.
That's the comment.
Oh, here's a Ruth, but it's an old. I mean, it's not one of my better ones, but it's low.
That's the one I want. That's my card right there, Mike. That's the one I want.
But it's got low eye appeal.
Dude, that is my dream card.
Here's an underrated card. Pee Wee again. Did I show you this one?
No.
People love. You're a Dodger fan. You love Pee Wee. Yeah. Everyone loves Pee Wee. Give me Campy. Campy's the man.
Campy, I love that. 52 Campy. I think I might have showed it already. Oh, here's some.
I do want to get his 1950 Bowman. Bowman. That's a beautiful card.
How about a 53 Bowman?
Oh, I love that card. That's Adam. Adam, Splendid Sports' favorite Mickey Mantle right there.
But it's got low eye appeal. He didn't want it. It's not centered enough for him.
Grab that mantle.
I grab that thing right off your hands right now.
Yeah, but look, it's miscut.
Trade you a modern card for it.
I love it. I'd love to have some kind of a Trout card, some kind of a fat China dog card. Broken promises card, they should call it. Here's one for Theo. He's got this one. But this one's not. It's not.
It's off-centered.
You know what it's got. Terrible eye appeal.
I love mine. It's
awful.
Nice.
God, you know that's what's so funny is like that guy Adam with the sanctuary place.
Yeah,
I know Adam. Yes,
that guy. You talk about. I mean, if I would have hired that guy to buy my collection back in the day, my collection would be 10 times as good as it is now. Like he'll show his card. He's got. It's a gorgeous PSA. Glorious too. Yeah. And I go, I got that fucking card in a 5. I go, that one's nicer than mine.
Yeah.
I go, why can't I? He's got a great eye. So
that's awesome. I love that.
55, all those 55s didn't be cut like left to right because my Clement is the same as that. It's like
here's one I don't really like because it's moving in the case right now. It's already on my.
I love the movement in the case.
I
love the jiggles.
I have one nerve and this card's on it.
All that money they charge, you think they have a better case?
God. Oh, don't get me started with that. That irks the shit out of me. The way I want like some of those cards they put in there, like they'll put a 2206 in a card for like a regular case, and it's swimming in there, and it's like who the fuck would want that? I mean,
it used to be a 6 till it started sliding around.
I mean, not that on top of everything else, but it's in the wrong case.
Yeah.
But it goes in my registry, so that's what I like. And this is in my registry. You know what? The funny thing is these are all in. Yeah, this is a Maraca mantle. That's exactly right. Look at it move.
I love cards that make that noise, man. I love it.
You do?
I love it. They're my favorite.
That's why Mookie's moderator on my channel. I love Mookie's.
I love cards that shake in the case. These are loose. These are real cards.
Mookie, you going to the National?
He's going.
Huh?
He's going.
Beautiful, because I can have a beer with that guy.
Here's some cards I like. You guys like these? So these are kind of oddball, I guess. I saw these on.
Rick will like those.
A few people have these.
I can't see. Was that McGregor?
What year is that?
Yeah, the McGregor.
1965 McGregor. And then here's one. Oh, I know that Theo would love this one, but unfortunately it's got terrible eye appeal. He wouldn't want it. Those are nice.
Hey, I don't like that Theo has become the Clemente guy. I know.
I almost forgot. Yeah, you love Clemente too. I'll have to trade you a Clemente.
Look at that caddy ball
I'll
game.
tell you what I do have for trade. I've got some nice 1970 Kellogg's for trade.
Oh, that's it.
You got to get on the trade program.
Clementi's.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. They're graded too. With eye appeal. Here's one. This one's got eye appeal.
Oh, a couple of those on a Heritage right now. I'm looking at them. Whew.
Yeah, and they're pretty good prices right now, all these cards. I mean, they're definitely with, I'll tell you what, that Heritage auction, how the fuck does anybody win anything there?
I don't
Because
know.
Blue Jacket's on there. Rick, don't let Rick fool you.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if I
I
had
have a
Rick's
couple
money,
bids in
if
on
I
a
had
few of
Rick's
the
money,
cards
I'd
right
burn
now.
mine. I would burn my
bids.
whole collection if I had
Rick is an animal. He's on those sites all day, every day.
I just can. I've been going on those sites literally for, I don't know, 2, 3 years, and now I'm pretty much centering. I'm done with eBay, so I don't even want to get started with that. I'm never going to buy another card there, but I'm mostly going to go to auction houses, and then I'll look at eBay, and I'll reach out to dealers that I've already done business with,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'll
That's a
look
good
at their
idea.
cards, and then they'll give
Yeah.
I've got good relationships with a lot of them, and that's all. And normally, I'm not buying any more cheap cards. I'm pretty much done with it. If it's not a decent, card at this point, I'm not buying it.
You don't want these. You don't want these shinies.
Yeah. So those things don't get. I mean, literally, I mean, they look not. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the way they look, but I don't even want to look at them when they've got 16
Oh, yeah.
names. I'm gonna have a parallelogram with a cracked ice house treasures kaboomy, with a side twist of a red lava. I mean, PSA 10, one of one, signed.
Aqua Fractor.
Mike, you need
Aqua.
a channel, man. You need to express
I mean,
yourself.
come on.
We need this. It's
Where
equilibrium in the
is, I'll
hobby.
tell you what, here's one that literally, this does have low
I just
eye
want to know if
appeal.
you're
I
going
know
to see.
Orlando saw
Look
this.
at, hey, Theo's getting deep. He's taking it. He's taking it.
Oh, so no more eBay. So, well, I'll tell the story on your channel there if you're worried about it there, Theo. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go from channel to channel, and
That's a good idea.
I'm going to
Oh,
drink myself silly. So this one has very low eye appeal because it's cut at the bottom.
Oh man, your
But
collection is just stupid, man.
so I picked this up though I picked this one up with the mantle. The guy he was leaving the hobby. It was right beginning of the pandemic. And I've got this one and I got the red cob I think I showed earlier and the mantle all together because he says, are you a centering guy or a corner guy? I go, well, I kind of like corners. He goes, well, my mantle's centered and the maze is sharp corners, and he had he had like 3 cobs. I couldn't buy them all. I was like, I ended up getting like 3 for like 10 grand. And I thought that
my
that was a lot
God.
of money. That was a lot of money though back then.
Well, of
Before,
course.
because it was the beginning of the pandemic, nobody knew how the businesses were going to go, and then they just like shot up. But I mean, he had so many nice cards, and that's where that Honus Wagner story comes in. And I'll tell that at another time. But I mean,
Why don't we talk about it right now? Why don't we tell it? Break it out of the bag.
you want to talk about it right now, huh?
Right now. Why not? We're hanging
Orlando
out.
was bringing it
I
up.
don't have the card, so that's the main
That's
story.
okay.
I
That's
do
okay.
have pictures though that I did show Orlando. I've got I did look up a couple more pictures. The story is, I mean, so he had this. He almost shoved it down my throat because I was, coming up with cash. He would just give me prices, and I would just literally write him checks, and he would send me the cards, and he wouldn't even cash the damn checks until I was happy. And it was just a great relationship. And he was getting out of the hobby. And he said, "Do you want this I think it was an M116 Honus Wagner, the pastel blue?"
Uh-huh.
And it was like a PSA 3. And I go, "Yeah, I mean, I don't really, I hadn't really ventured much into that yet, into that area with those are more oddballs, I guess, that I've been trying to chase. But I go, yeah, I'll take it. He was going to charge me like 3,200, I think. I go, okay. And he sends it to me, and the card is literally jammed up into it's jammed up into the holder sideways.
Oh,
Like I can't describe it other than with a picture. Like so much so that you couldn't tap it back in. It was like, I'm going, this is a fucking nice card. I don't want that. I'm not going to ruin the thing. So he said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send it to PSA right up the street here in Irvine, and then they'll send it back to me. If you could package it all up and send it there, here's the slip. I did that. So now the card, I mean, he got it back in a week. And he gets it and he says, here's the card. He says, do you still want it? Now it's in the new flip. And, everybody's flipping out about the new flip. And I go, sure, send it on. He still had my check, at the time. He didn't, I told him to hold it. So he sends me the card. And would you believe the fucking card is twisted again, jammed up again into the top, just like the other one was.
So they didn't even do the baggie. They just put it
No baggie, but I mean, it was just, I mean, I couldn't believe it to the point, and he packed them so great to the point where you couldn't even tap them. You know, you couldn't even tap it down because you didn't want you're going, fuck, I don't want to ruin the card. I mean, how could they do that? Like, I know that would never happen in an SGC holder. I could have, you know, I just said, you know what, it's not meant to be. Why don't you just, you know, rip my check up? I'll send you the card back. And in the meantime, that card, I mean, I just was bidding on one the other day. It sold for like 12 or 13,000. It was altered. You know, I'm going, Jesus, they're going for 50 grand. So for playing the game, the guy sent me that. He goes, Scott, he says, I'm really sorry. Will you take this as my apologies? And so
What
I
a
ended
nice
up with
guy.
this $20
Oh my
mantle,
gosh.
which I keep it on here as like a little memory with my mantle ball on what could have been, you know.
Oh.
And now I don't know if I'll ever get another Wagner again because I don't really want to spend 10, 20, 30,000 on one.
Well, in a 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
I mean,
pretty.
it was in a 3. Yeah, I mean, I think those are going for like 50 grand or
Yeah,
something
30
now.
to
I mean,
40.
but so from 3,000, those that's how the values jump with these vintage, or how they can. And if nothing else, you know, vintage, they've always been riding the roller coaster forever, ever since I was a kid. They go up, they go down, they go up a little bit. And the pandemic obviously had them sore. The thing, I mean, if the kids are watching this, so they're not into any vintage, they don't give a shit. I always say, you know, people say, well, buy what you like, collect what you like. Fuck that. Don't collect what you like. You like getting your teeth kicked in? I don't. I don't like to get fucking beat like a redheaded stepchild. I just don't. What I like is I like the cards that are more like art and that retain some value. Whether it's, you know, I'm not spending $10,000 on a card and watch it go down to, you
Yeah.
know, $50. And that's what these cards. I mean, and let's talk about this dumbass Jeff Wilson. I
Yes,
mean,
let's do it. Let's talk about it.
you want to talk about a numbskull. That is probably one of the numbest skulls you will ever see. I knew it from the moment I watched his show. It was Sports Card Investor with all this. Oh, but he's got a great production, though. Fuck the production. I
What's the
mean,
substance? Give me the substance.
the thing is the guy was in no position to give any investing advice. I knew he would get his ass kicked from day one, the minute he showed up on the scene, because I kept saying, one of these days, pal, one of these days, Norton, you're gonna get yours. And sure enough, that's what happened.
It's the blind leading the
I mean,
blind.
from his own admissions, the guy's lost $3 million in 3 years in sports cards with his investing, $1 million a year, with his Will Greers and his, you know, why are you doing that? I mean,
Zion.
why don't you collect? I mean, didn't you learn with Ricky Jordan's in the 1980s? Did you not learn? You know, no, because he wasn't alive in the 80s, or he doesn't want to listen to history. Once again, kids, they don't want to listen to people who've been there or who know more. And I mean,
Yes.
it's one thing if you enjoy those cards and you like them. I'm not saying don't collect them. I mean, breaks. Are you fucking kidding me? Who do you think wins on breaks?
Break.
You think you're gonna win on a goddamn break or a fucking fudge pack? You're out of your mind if you're thinking about that. I mean, unless you just want, I mean, I can go light up hundreds in my fireplace right now the same way. I don't want to do that. I mean, if you love I mean, so I have some friends that I collected with back in the 80s. You know, they're my age too. And they know this Dallas Braden guy, and he's doing breaks or what. Oh, well, we like to, they've been getting into his breaks for the last couple of, you go, what the fuck are you doing? I go, what? So they get these cards delivered. They have a stack full of cards. They go, what are you going to, he's excited because he's got a Bobby Miller rookie card. I go, you're excited for Bobby Miller? I go, have you seen that guy fucking throw? I go, the guy's fucking a hack. And you want his rookie card for $100. You want to get it graded. You want to, I go, what are what? You have the money. They have the money to throw away. But I go, why would you?
Okay, Mike, let me look at, I'm not a Jeff Wilson like super fan. I'm not like, hey, I want to protect Jeff Wilson. That's not me. But I'm not afraid to say that I think what he's done doing for the hobby isn't a horrible thing. I think what he, if you're gonna listen to a guy like that, we have that in all aspects of our lives. We have Jim Cramer. We have people telling us what to do. If you're a person who
How
wants
much
to
money
listen,
do you make? How much money do you make listening to Kramer?
zero. Here's the point.
Because you just put your money in the S&P 500, and nobody's going to beat that.
Look at what I want to say is that I think that if you're listening to those guys, it's your own. You're digging yourself a hole. Do your own research.
Hurts the hobby in the long run because eventually you're going to get tired of getting your ass kicked and you're going to leave. The hobby is looking for long-term collectors.
I agree.
Not fucking carnival barkers.
I agree, but I also think that people need to be responsible for their own actions. Like,
true. But America is full of dumbasses.
I can't.
These days are fucking morons. I mean, they're impressionable. They're always looking for. I mean, I probably was a little bit that when I was younger, looking for advice. But literally though, I wouldn't be buying cards like this and this. If I only did one thing in my life. You know what that was? I listened to fucking people who knew more about things than I did. That's all I did. I asked when I bought my house. I asked friends.
That's awesome advice, and it makes perfect sense. But I also I don't want to defend him because he's done things that shouldn't. But I'm also not anti him. I think as a person, I think that he's trying things that no one else has tried. He's taking the hobby to places that no one else has tried. He's doing things, and like I said, I am not like, hey, go follow him. But I also see the side of him that it got a lot of people in the hobby. A lot of people got burned.
The final story will be written. All I know is the first 3 years that I've watched The Idiot, I've been right on the money.
And we all knew that was going to be a crashing sale. We all knew. That's not the point. The point is you can watch the crashing sale.
Which I love to watch it. It's fun to watch a good train wreck.
They'll enjoy like certain aspects of the fact that he's doing something so different. He has the card shop. I'm applauding it. I think that is a cool thing. Dylan, and it's different.
Do you know how many fucking businesses are closing?
Dude, he could go
brick and mortar businesses.
But I'm
talking about business. Forget card shops for a minute.
This business.
There was like 30 million card shops in the 1980s. Everybody had one.
Yeah.
Why in the hell would you open a fucking 73-acre card shop when you haven't even run a fucking hobby shack before? You already have a history of losing.
I think you're betting more. So my opinion's more not based off. Dude, do I think that all that stuff's a good idea and what he did was good? No, but I think that I can just commend the fact that he's just doing something different. And he's not. I don't think he's ruining the hobby. I don't think he's ruining the hobby.
I think maybe in the short term, maybe he's not. He's giving it a try. I mean, and look,
there we go.
I would be happy to eat shit on a platter if the guy makes I hope he makes $1 million, and I hope the kids follow him and they all make $1 million too. But you know what? They're gonna make $1 million by going to fucking work and making a goddamn living the hard way, little by little. And that's how they're not going to do it in the hobby, trying to be a fucking 7-year-old investor. They're just not. It's
I don't disagree.
Only one guy's going to get rich, and that's Pops, and that's Fanatics. They're going to get rich if they make it. And that's a big if, because they bought in to. I mean, I know they have a lot of cash, but if they, I'm not privy to any of that. But you know what? At 5% interest or 6% interest that they're borrowing, that's a lot of fucking money, guys.
Yeah,
that's a lot of. How do you think they're going to do that? And all the money they're paying in these license agreements to all these players and everything. I mean, you've seen crashes. You watch Netflix. You don't have to be a doubting Thomas or anything. But I mean,
but Mike, I don't think, to me, that's not the point. Obviously, we all as collectors, we knew all this all that stuff was going to crater in. That wasn't the point for me. I wasn't like, listen to this guy, but I was just like, dude, watch this. And how he's pivoted to me, I have a little bit of respect in the fact that
No,
he's
I
trying
agree.
stuff.
I mean, I do hear that. At
I don't
least
hate him.
he's
I
taking this
don't hate
sport.
Jeff Wilson.
Look,
Okay?
I don't hate the
That's
guy.
where I'm going. I don't
look,
defend
in
his
the end, I
action.
respect him for
There we go.
following his passion. Okay, but
Since
trust me when I tell you that guy's going to end up just like Brent Mastro. He's going to end up in divorce court, broke as a motherfucker, just like him.
I'm not going to disagree,
Okay,
and I'm not going to root
I've seen
for
these
it.
stories end.
But
I mean, I'm older. I know how these stories end. And when you're a bozo like that, and you're a fucking known grifter, that's the kind of shit that happens. And that's just my opinion. And if he's got cabanas for fucking breakers. What is he gonna do? Rent out the cabanas to these fucking idiot breakers 24 hours a day like fucking strip clubs? Well, it looks like a pot shop to me. Why doesn't he sell pot instead? He'll make more money than trying to and not get a deal on any cards. He's gonna have all those shit cards in there that are gonna be on their way, slowly going down, 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 crash, and he's not gonna change prices. He's gonna be eating cardboard and throwing away 40-yard recycling bins by the fucking dozens.
Jeff Wilson is an idea guy. He has great idea. The execution is always gonna miss its mark. You know,
Can we see more cards, Mookie?
Well, this is going after
here's the
Mike.
card.
Look, Mike, you know my channel. I'm trying. I have like nephews and stuff to watch. So I'm trying. I'm trying.
You don't like
F-bombs to a minimum.
F-bombs to a minimum.
But dude, I love it. I love the passion. I'm just
cut the vernacular. Watch the vernacular, Curly. All right, so here's the vernacular. Here's another off-centered, terrible card for Mookie. It's got 3 pinholes in it, and it's off-center. But I like it.
I'll take that, dude. That is a legendary card.
Don't ask me why. You know what? It's funny. When you look at my cards, now that I really look at them, they are low eye appeal. Like here's another one that's very low eye appeal.
Oh, that's like Orlando was talking about that card the other day. That was the one he was going to go for because he wanted it the 52, but he didn't think he could afford it. That one looks a lot like the 52 Topps card. It really does.
It looks like the Dandy a little, but I don't know. It's a nice card. And again, it's not a 7 or an 8 that if I would have had one in the 1990s, it might have been centered. But unfortunately, that's all I can afford. When I bought it, I got the best deal I could on the best card I could. It had good corners. Yeah. So
well, Mike,
that's my story,
Mike,
and I'm sticking to it.
I got you rallied. I got you spitting truth right now. I want to know your thoughts on the whole centering thing where you see a guy like me. I'm not like new to the hobby, but I don't never watch YouTube in my life till last year's.
I like you.
Is it crazy what I'm doing?
Not really. Especially not now. No, it's
YouTube brainwashed you, bro. YouTube brainwashed.
I mean, you
my wife is the one that started me on the centering.
She did. I mean,
so everyone knows.
But you know what? When I brought home that Babe Ruth, it was not the one I showed you. I had another one here. It was a green one, the green roof, 33 Gaudy. And I'm sorry I don't have it. It might be in another box here. It might. I don't know. But when I brought that home and showed it to my wife, and she's a Yankee fan. She said that's one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. She goes, it's gorgeous. And guess what? It wasn't centered. I said, no, honey. I said, unfortunately, I got beat. Dylan wouldn't like it because it's not centered, but it is. It could go in the registry though.
Well, no, Mike. I want to know. Honestly, is it crazy? I want to know. I want to. You're a veteran collector. And you have thoughts about things. Is it?
Dylan, you see the comment by June 99 saying, centering does count, and it always will, but that was never the case. It wasn't always the case.
No, of course not.
Like I said, when you were growing up,
it was never the case.
I never. Yeah.
I figured since we got Mike on it.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to find those cards. It must be in my safe. But here's another couple for if Theo's still around.
All right, let's see it.
Looks like he is.
Oh yeah, he's got that one. Oh,
he's got this from the Clemente collection. These are not from the collection, but he actually helped me because at the time there was none of these graded. And the one I sent in, I showed it. It was actually this one. I showed it to him, and it was 10 times nicer than his card. His was all creased up and bent and shit. And mine had a little tiny little damage. His got a 3, mine got a 3.5. His was, you know what I mean? And his is from the Clemente. And then I picked up another one. Like, why? I don't know. Like, because I never do doubles, but on that one, I had to make an exception because I
actually got 2 of them too.
I got mad at Theo because his was a 3, and I don't know. I lost my mind.
Eggs in here.
Here's one I got for 20.
I was a small group. Now
You've got one. Here's one I got for Theo and for Lou. It's nothing special, but I did get it for $20 at the last national at.
Look at that thing.
1991 at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Dude, I was at that when I was a kid.
You lived out here, I know.
Wow.
Look at that card. Look at the centering. That's got high. This can't go in my collection. It's too high.
That's a beautiful card. The 71s are like one of my favorite, but it's the one card in the SGC where it doesn't.
I agree with that. I do have some. I didn't really let that play a part in my, but there's no doubt that that all the cards look better in those SGCs. A lot of like that Hires root beer that I showed, and also the yellow one that I have somewhere in the SGC. They look great, but the 71s in the SGC they do look like shit for some reason. I don't know. Excuse me, there, John.
Terry, TJ Maxx thinks they don't look that good either in those.
Which ones?
The Terry, TJ Maxx in the 71s. He doesn't think they look that good in the SGC. I actually like that black on black. I don't know why.
Because the thing is, you can't appreciate when you have a night like this one's a 6.
Yeah, you can't see the white.
But you can't see it as a 6 because
and I'll have to look closer, because I'm on my stupid phone here.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a 6, but it doesn't pop.
Glass.
I mean, how do you guys do? Are you guys on a computer or on your phone?
iPad. I used to do the phone, but yeah, it's like this. And
I got the stupid iPad. I got, you know how many times I've used it? 3 times. I've had it for
when you see this angle,
my wife.
When you see this angle, is the computer. When you see the Clemente, I usually have my phone in the other direction.
I'm gonna turn you up. I gotta go. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I gotta turn this way up.
Oh, poor guy. I'll continue to show Lou some off-centered cards. Let's look at some off-centered cards, shall we? You got some time there, Lou?
Yeah, brother.
I know you like the 50s Bowmans, and I know you like. I love that Stam Usual you have, but again, it's a 48, 49. I don't collect those, but I do collect low eye appeal. See, that's a 3, but it's
a ball game.
Got that one raw, and I think it's nicer than a 3. But as Midlife Crisis would say, it was assigned a 3.
So when you go after raw or ungraded, I like saying ungraded. Raw, that's a YouTube term that sticks in my head. But when you buy ungraded, is there an approach that you take, or you just
not really? I'm really not very good at it. I think that really the best, as much as I like the grades and the graded shit and everything, but I think the best thing is to try to find your budget. Yeah. And I'm not going to pay for a centered 4. I'm not going to pay 6 prices. But like Midlife Crisis, like Greg was showing the other day, he got a nice. In fact, he got this card. So let's compare the two. I happen to be just holding it while we're talking about it. He got a gorgeous Jackie Robinson in a PSA 4 for right in the mid of the 4 comps. And it's perfectly centered. It's not creased. And it looks, obviously, if I had him, he's Anal Eddie. He's got an eye for cards, that kid. But, perfectly centered again, like I said. That's what you want to do. I'm not paying 6 prices for a 4. What am I? You got to pick your balance. But at the time, I paid prices for this. I think I paid almost $200 for this thing, or $300 maybe.
Well, that's going into the whole scamming.
But it's off center. Off center.
Now you got percentages with stickers with the Mike Baker saying this is a top 10 within a 4. I'm like, it's still a 4.
What are you trying? Are you trying to push my buttons?
It just drives me bananas.
You
Well,
already
I have
know how what I'm
have
going
the
to read.
same
Let me tell you.
conversation with
So
Mancini.
first of all, before I started back into the baseball cards in about 2010, I really started. So, I bought a house back in 2005. I worked out of my house here, and I had all my walls behind me. They were all blank. My wife's a Yankees fan. My friend had done some work for Steiner. He had a couple of Mariano Rivera. Um, I guess they were 16 by 20s. And she loves Mariano Rivera. That's her all time. Like if she runs into him, she has a hall pass to do whatever she wants with him.
I
So
like
she
her.
has the full length thing in her office and everything. But he showed me these 16 by 20s. He goes, "Which one do you want?" I go, "Those fucking things are beautiful. They're gorgeous pictures on frames and Mariano Rivera, Steiner." And so I go, "I got to have both of them." So I got her both of those, stuck them in her office, and I said, "I'm going to start with some autographs here." As you can see, I've got a few back here, but it took me, a good 6 months, a year to get my teeth kicked in with the fakes and learning and then finally I learned Mickey Mantle's autograph after looking at literally a million of them. And, even to this day, I'll go on Net 54 and opine on there when people mail. And occasionally, I'm wrong. There's certain styles or whatever that can be forged or faked. But I mean, for like 99 times out of 100, even the ones I'm getting fooled on, though, I wouldn't buy them, So like they have to have a 10-point must system for me to like be the Cadillac version of the Mickey Mantle. So I did that with Mantle. I did that with DiMaggio and Ted Williams and I'm about for Drysdale and Koufax. And then I just kind of got bored with it all. I go, why do I need to learn all these autographs? And I didn't like it that much. I filled up my wall. I ended up half the things faded off. The Ted Williams, the Mays up here, gone. I mean, literally in the sun.
Yeah,
They're just
autographs.
so some of them that are up here, a good majority of them are just like photocopies, and then the originals are, put away like just like in a file box or something. And that's the other thing. I like to collect small. So if it doesn't fit, like I have 36 balls in a file box and a bunch of mantle pictures like that thick, I probably have, I don't know, 40 or 50 of them and of all the different poses and shit like that. And I know they're all, good. And that's really all I collected that I just kind of stopped. And I'm getting that way with baseball cards. I'm almost to my pinnacle now, like as far as what I want to collect. Almost like Blue Jacket. Like he's got enough. He's been downsizing, and these guys are all kind of, laser focusing, kind of like Dylan is focusing on his centered cards. And I think you're definitely on a good spot to do that. And that, right, especially at this time right now, to get rid of all your stuff, the higher grade stuff you don't want, turn it in to centered stuff that you look, because when you have that collection and they're all centered like that, I mean, there's something about it that just goes, what the fuck? I mean, it depends. Excuse me there. I don't want your cousin,
No, that's okay.
your nephew.
Dude,
But I mean, they are nice. I mean, don't get me wrong.
thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
Appreciate that.
no
it's
pieces
gorgeous.
of art.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of the thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I wish I don't think I have. I mean, I've got some. I mean, these are nothing. These stupid cards.
Let me see that one. That's a
Like these
toughie right there.
57s. I mean, I don't know what 57. I have some. I have a good Cy Young. But you guys wouldn't like that because that's low eye appeal. I think I showed you. I know I showed that Mantle. Did I show that one yet?
No.
You didn't show Willie.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
Willie's
God.
got low eye appeal. As
That's
you
a
can
tough
see, I
card.
mean, now that I'm looking at it, I mean, I don't think I ever want to come on another show because I'm embarrassed that all my cards have low eye appeal. Look at them all.
Orlando's just like beautiful cards.
They
No,
are absolutely.
they're not
beautiful
Cuban cards like Orlando. I mean, that Orlando, I love that kid. He's a good egg, and he's
Dude,
got
he's awesome.
Oh my god,
He's been telling about. He's like, we gotta get Mike on. We gotta get Mike on.
Are you going to the National, Mike? Are you going to hang out with everyone?
I don't think so. I definitely have some frequent flyer miles that have been building up, so I definitely want to get to some shows. I've been thinking about maybe going to Dallas or maybe next year in Chicago because I'm not going to go to Cleveland. I mean, the other thing is I don't want to get rolled. Like Burbank has this show in Ontario. I generally like to pay for my cards in either cash or checks. Believe it or not, people laugh. I mean, some of the guys I talk to in these Facebook checks, they go, "Let me get this straight. You want to send me a check?" I go, yeah, I want to send you a check. It's my famous green check with tracking. And they go, okay, well, all right, I'll take it. And it takes, 4 or 5 days to get there, and I'll send it with tracking. But I don't want to carry. I don't really feel comfortable carrying more than 10,000 or 20,000 in cash, and that in a fake man purse like the kid. What's that stupid kid's name with the fake with all the fake
Santiago.
cards the other day? The guy from Panini, the Panini kid on Sports Card Radio. I don't know his
I don't
name.
listen to sports card radio.
Santiago, that's right. Santiago, Chile. I've been there 3 times. That guy. But I mean, yeah, he carries a satchel, so that's kind of what I would.
Well, it's like a
I wear a
fanny
fanny pack
He just
when I go to the
wears
national.
I mean, where else? How else are you going to carry
Yeah.
20,000 in
Under your
cash?
shirt. Boom. Yeah. I know the
Yes.
card shows are gnarly. Like thinking about the cards are cash. Like it's crazy.
They are. That's true. But those guys, those dealers and shit, they can't. Like when I'm handling that cash, I don't normally like. I don't
That's
deal.
weird.
I'm not a cash business.
It's
So like
really
all
weird.
the cash I have, it's all been taxed and
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
I mean, it's all been So I like to collect $100 bills. That's a good thing to collect.
It is a good thing.
Okay, I'm going to talk like an old guy.
Any grade, any centering. I don't care.
I don't care about.
I don't care the eye appeal or
And I
anything.
just like them in 10,000.
Yeah, that's it.
Sets. And another good thing to collect is like pillars of gold. I don't think I have any here, but like I don't have them here, but like these little things when you fill them up with gold coins, and they talk about talk about the maracas.
That's a pog case.
What is it?
A pog case.
Well, they hold 1 ounce gold coins, 20 of them in one little chingadera, so it's like $40,000 in one little shaker.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So like those are fun to shake. And I just like it's not Bitcoin. I just like to hold them. I like the way they sound, and so it's a collection. And I'm not trying to sell them to make money or anything.
How's Mookie's comment?
Hey,
McGruff the Crying Dog says, "Don't flash your cards." Hey, Mike, Lou, give Mike another good question.
I got a question. If you let me,
I want to hear a good question.
You're drunk ass.
Lou knows what's down. Lou knows.
I'm the host. I got to keep this together.
Lou, like I know what you do, and you know what I've got under my desk here with the fingerprint.
Oh yeah.
It's a little kick out.
Always. Stay ready, baby. Stay ready.
Right.
So,
stay ready.
Look, as an adult, there's wisdom. Supposedly, you learn things. You're in business. So when the pandemic came through, you have all these kids, teenagers with $1,000 cards that were rolling around in these card shows with thousands of dollars. Ethically, doing business with a kid. Like I see these guys, and like I'm like, how does a dealer deal with that? Like you're dealing with a 14-year-old kid, and the kid has $4,000 cash, or he's going to buy whatever Zion rookie. I like as an adult, as a person, like how can you, like, do you understand where I'm trying to go with that?
Zion rookies. Well, look, I mean, if you look at Mr. Mint, even so that was back in my day. Orlando knows the guy. I mean, do you think he was an up and up dealer, or was he a fat slob that was just all he cared about was the almighty dollar?
Like I'll feel
with probably no integrity, and he would rip off all the people that he could. I mean, it's just one of those things. Either you have the integrity or you don't. But the kids, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's great for what I don't like is the breaking for the kids. I mean, because gambling is really taking a hold of our society, which, look, I love to gamble. I know that I've talked about this before. But I mean, when I was 19 years old, I was going to Las Vegas and playing poker with poker legends. Like literally, I would wear my cowboy hat and my cigar and my fake ID. I would sit there playing 7-card stud with Pugsy Pearson and Amarillo Slim and Doyle Brunson at the same table.
Brunson.
These guys, I'm telling you, and these guys were like, they were just like, they would be there just to take money from the tourists. 3 or 4 of these guys would sit at the table. The game was 7-card stud then, though. Hold'em hadn't really taken shape as much in the early 80s. But I mean, I would beat them like I was so lucky. until I wasn't. And that's the
I
way
was gonna
gambling
say,
goes. You know, I
say
probably won 20 times in a row against those guys,
like,
beat them to hell. And then, you know, you go on bad streaks and then you get in debt. And that's how you learn gambling's not good. And to this day, I mean, I'll go to Vegas and I'll maybe spend a couple $1,000 betting football games. I won't play blackjack anymore. I really don't even play poker unless it's a fun game with my friends.
blackjack.
I'm just not gonna gamble the money away. I don't care to. It's like it's just not fun anymore.
I quit. I
Might as well
kind of
just-
quit
Might as
gambling
well just light it up.
too, for that
You
same
might as-
reason. I used
might
to
as well
love
just
gambling.
light it up.
Well, you know what it's like. I mean, you work so hard for your money or whatever,
Yeah.
you don't want to give it away. And I guess that's fun, just like it's fun for people to rip boxes with mama breaks.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
And with all these other, you know, with other breaking companies, and with the
But just like you
backyard
said,
break guys.
we earned our money.
here.
We know what it takes
I
to
was a
make
great
that money.
athlete. Yeah, I was Al Bundy back in WWII. I scored 4 touchdowns. Not exactly. So I
Was a
mean,
great
literally,
athlete too.
so my it wasn't that I was a great athlete. It's that I grew up with a lot of great athletes here in the valley. So like in the San Fernando Valley here with John Elway, for instance. I mean, when I was in high school, he was the football. He was our rival. He was our rival. He was
Oh
the
wow.
Granada Hills.
That's
I was in
insane.
Monroe, and I played in 10th grade. But you know, I never played football against him. I did play baseball against him, but you know, football, they made you cut your hair. This was 1979. 1978 actually. And so it's like, yeah, going to Hell Week, I'm going to play, they want me to play football. Okay, now everybody, it's time to cut your hair. You can
Okay.
see that, like, I mean, even now I have no gray. I
I
don't
just
dye it.
love
I wear
stroking
my
my
hair
hair.
long,
That's just
and I
fun.
always have. I mean, I'm literally living 1976. You could probably see those license plates up
On my
there.
head.
Yeah, I was reading those
Can you
earlier.
see those? I
did.
don't know where those
Yeah,
are.
I was reading those
Yeah, the
earlier.
broom. It says like broom. I was checking them out.
Chrome,
Yeah,
yeah.
the room. Yeah.
So like I happen to have some you know, a resto mod of my old high school car that I had. It was a Trans Am from that era. And 1976 was a great year. So I've been trying to relive it like a lot of the old timers, you know, but some people move on. They say, you know, stop living in the past, but I don't think so.
The pass is good.
That's for the other guys, you know. I like to live life to the fullest. I like my baseball cards. I like collecting things, I guess, you know. But in small, I like cars. I just built another driveway on the side of the house so I can. My wife doesn't know it yet, but there'll be a couple other resto mods coming in there in the next 3 or 4 years probably to park over there. But because she doesn't like parking out in the driveway, you know, she as it is. But can you imagine, Lou, if your wife had to park out in the driveway? She'd be
I
pissed.
won't allow it.
No,
Besides, she
you'll
always
let
new stuff.
yeah, you let her park in the garage, right? Yeah, not
Got
me.
to.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me ask. We have 30 people in
Only
the
that
chat, in the live still.
That
Does
for you,
anyone
that's
have a-
good. You usually have 3 by this point.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone have
Yeah,
any
so
questions
yeah.
for Mike, Lou, or myself? But obviously, the star of the show right now is Mike. Does anyone have any legitimate questions?
No, this is a great
I'll-
surprise.
I
No,
will. It's a great surprise, Mike.
I've been
I'm
wanting to come on with
honored.
you guys.
you're
for a
like
while.
Bigfoot, bro. Everyone knows you.
Bigfoot.
No one's seen you.
I'm honored to have you on my show. I love old collectors. Like, I don't think. I mean, I guess people
He ain't
realize,
old.
but like
He's younger than all of us.
I mean, I've been in this by myself for 35 years. My friend, I had a best friend. I still have him. That I was in the hobby with him, and we were ripping packs. We were like Jeff Wilson, like ripping through packs. But we knew it was ridiculous, and we would call it, "This is our business plan." But we knew we were just blowing money. But we were
Yeah, it was
young
a
and we
dream.
had money. You know, I bought a house when I was young, and he rented a room from me. So it was just like we were just having a blast. And
God.
so having you on here, to me, a legendary collector who's been collecting so long, Orlando, Rick, Scott,
No,
Stoops,
those
everybody.
guys are
I love
legendary.
it.
I'm midstream. I'm in the middle of those guys. I want to aspire to guys like that. I mean, like Rick's stuff is amazing. And he's been collecting that way for many years. And those are the collections that have really paid off, because you try to buy that stuff now
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can't touch it. And
Yeah.
Orlando, a lot of those stuffs too, those roofs. I mean, he knows I've got a blank check ready for him whenever he's ready to sell one of those roofs is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
think
because Want it.
Mike, I think it's time for me to pivot from centering because centering's already done. I need to move on to the next
I don't
thing
think
that's
you
going to
should.
go
I
up
mean,
in value. I need to talk to these guys.
you're not in the registry, are you? You're not
Centering's-
really, you don't
No.
care about the
Centering's
registry.
I
overrated.
don't know what the registry is.
Overrated.
The registry, the people love it, and the PSA's got that locked up. You know, I always said, I mean, whatever happens if PSA goes the way of GAI?
GAI, man, I have GAI cards. I have packs. I have cards. I really like GAI.
When you mentioned Mike Baker earlier, you know, and how he puts those little gold stickers.
Yep.
You know, in the autograph industry, we always joke that that's from the Mike Baker collection, and you know what that means? That the
Was
autograph
Mike
is
Baker
fake.
part of GAI?
Yeah, he was
So
the
I don't
president.
see, like, I was by myself. So I come in this, I never even Googled what, like, odds were in talks or anything. I just
And
was,
you know,
like,
he
in
gets
oblivion.
on the other guy with you know, with Don West. What's his name? That fucking Jeremy guy.
Clear. $3.
Beep, beep. I'm just
But
going
I
to go
mean,
beep every time you cuss.
Jeremy, I mean, I like the guy. The guy really runs a great show.
Yeah,
He
he
runs
does.
a great chat. I try not to bust his balls.
And he
too.
likes cards.
He loves cards, and he's a
loves
great
cards.
collector, and he knows
Yeah.
what's up. But he's
Exactly.
also a shell for the industry. And I mean, he's better than a guy like Jeff Wilson for sure, because
Yeah.
he's not. And he's a hockey guy. He's a Canadian.
Yeah, he's a hockey man.
He's just an overall great guy, you know. And he some of his guests, I really, you know, I go on there too. I love the show on Saturday nights. He has these guys on. I think they're full of shit, and by the end of the show, you know, I've learned something. Like the guy with the the guy with the packs, with the unopened packs. I mean, you know, we never saw unopened packs in the 80s. We saw fakes. We fake after fake after fake packs and the Christmas packs and all that kind of shit. And all I knew is they were fake. And then you have this guy, this Owen Hart, what's his name? The BBCGGG guy.
Whoever made that up.
The guy that he
was
authenticates all these unopened things. He authenticated the GI Joe cards that were supposed
I don't even.
BBC.
That's a whole.
BBC.
I don't understand why these guys like their cards covered in plastic with letters all over them.
And they're
Baseball card
fake.
exchange.
And
Oh,
90% of them
why?
are probably fake.
That's a whole nother issue in my mind.
Yeah, because I mean, so like the other thing is, it's like I always would say too, like even on Net 54, like and these guys, like probably 6, 7, 8 years ago, like they would say, "You're full of shit. You know, you don't know what you're talking about." Like I would tell them it's $1 billion fraud. The industry that we love. You love baseball cards, but do you love $1 billion frauds? Because that's what we're involved in.
Because
I mean,
of grading
you've got
and all
card
that.
trimming, and you know what's funny is like I don't know enough people. There are people like on Net 54 that know what's going on. These guys, I mean, there's plenty of guys on there. I don't want to name names or whatever. If I knew what they knew, you know, I don't know shit literally compared to that because I'm learning a lot just with you guys. But I also know enough that those guys somebody's got to start talking. I mean, like Evan Mathis finally came out and he started showing, but nobody gives a shit how he trimmed the card and how he soaked the card. And then this Kurt's Card Care, we're going to be doing a good thing here coming up with John Mangiini.
Yeah,
John
that'll be
Mangiini,
nice. Be good to get some legitimate.
and Midlife Crisis are coming on, and they're going to discuss it. You know, which is both those guys, I love them. And John's collection, Jiminy Christmas.
His stuff is
okay. Hold on, Mike. I gotta be the host here. I want Dom Staven Sports Card. Dom's a legend. He's like he has a really good question for you, and I want to hear your opinion because
all right.
You have been in the hobby a long time, and you have a lot of opinions that I think should be shared. So, would you love to hear Mike's? I would love to hear Mike's thoughts about the future of the vintage hobby.
Well,
I love that question.
I don't know. What do you think of gold?
Gold is always here and forever.
Is it going to go up or down?
They'll always go up for as long as.
Not necessarily. I mean, it could go down and half again.
Well,
but
course,
you know what? Gold. Here's the thing about. I don't know. I know people have kind of compared this over there. They've talked about it like, oh, it's like gold, or it's not like the value store of value. And I really think there is something to it. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to burn out. The light won't burn out on vintage old cards like that because they are so rare. And I don't give a shit. Pardon me again, or give a f about your pop counts. Pop schmop. It's just another fucking word that they use in this hobby that's overdone. It's like eye appeal.
We just
Pop.
talked about that.
Hop on pop. Popsicle. Let's go have a pop. You know, it doesn't matter. When you have, if you've got 300 cards of one grade or one that have been graded, I mean, that's low pop. They're not
Mike.
making this shit anymore.
Pause. Keep the question in your mind. Pop Report, to me, I never looked at Pop Report in my life. Okay.
Gazy, bro.
Till like I got on YouTube, looked at some Pop Reports here or there, but I really don't care about Pop Reports. But what Pop Reports did was make guys like Rick Oddball Cards legendary, because they went after these cards that were rare and hard to find before we knew they were rare and hard to find. And that Pop Report tells us that, which is cool.
And
it's
vintage.
a technology that came along.
I agree with that.
All right,
I mean,
so
because you
pop
see how short printed those are.
Yeah.
Short print, SPPSS, boomy, kaboomy downtown.
You guys,
Those aren't kaboomies downtown. Those are a store of value.
Yeah.
So like with gold, they always say, no matter what the price of gold has been, whether it's been 200, 400, you could always go into, you know, an ounce of gold. You could buy yourself a nice suit. Now, I can tell you how many times I've been in a suit in the last 20 years. Guess how many? Because when you're fat, old, and don't give a shit, you don't need to wear a suit. Oh, but you know, but that, seriously, but that's what they've always said. And I think that's about right. Because I think, you know, even now, gold's at 2,000. You could go into Nordstrom's and get yourself a nice suit. Absolutely. For $2,000.
Custom fit, everything.
And so I think that these old cards, will they go up or down? Will they? They're always going to look. People have been collecting these since
I want to say, I think Dom, I'm not going to put words in Dom's mouth, but my thought is he wants to know, well, I want to know, so I'll add to his question.
Mookie, I love him.
The young guy, are they going to be into, is vintage going to continue on because of so many reasons? My answer in my head is vintage going to be collected forever.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is,
and what are your reasons?
These kids now that are busy getting their teeth handed to them, just like in the 1980s, they're going to finally someday wake up, and they might, whether it's a pandemic or they're going to realize that, you know what, these cards are the ones that I probably should be collecting, and they're going to have a passion for it. They'll create a passion. The true collectors, the ones that are in it for the money, no, they're never going to collect the old stuff. And they don't give a shit. But there'll be enough people. I mean, you still have cards from 1900.
Yeah.
You know, 1906 or whatever the hell it is. That, I mean, people are
the flippers. Yeah, the flippers and the guys who are in it for the money. The generation that does it.
They're just in it until the money
and who
out.
doesn't love that guy with low? Who doesn't love that guy with low eye appeal?
I love that guy. All eye appeal.
I don't care if the eye appeal's low.
No, I agree.
Somebody liked it. They graded it at the one point. I bought it and I got my teeth kicked in. But I'm still happy about it.
Vintage is always going to be.
All right, we got to have. Okay, so you answered that. You think it's going to continue to be collected forever?
I do. I mean, we are. But I mean, this 10x bullshit.
Yeah. Well, who cares about that? It's more about. It's more about the fact that. Yeah, but it's more about the fact that Mike's answer would be it's collected forever. People are going to collect them.
I really think it's going to be take
for the
collectors of time. I mean, it's going to go up and down. It might even continue to go down for several more years. I mean, the funny thing is, as far as it's fell, I mean, I was listening to the. I love that great report that Mike and the Wade Boggs kid. Yeah, like I mean, my God, that was a hell of a thing they did the other day. And they show now certain segments are down 6% and 15%. And it might continue to go down. But when you look at it compared to 2019, it's still gone up triple.
Yeah.
I got excited when I saw some of the cars that went down.
I was like, cars are the same way. Like if you're dealing in, you know, when people have extra income or the look at the Barrett Jacksons and the Meacham auctions. You know, those cards, they go down, they go up. That's just the way collectibles are. And And that's why personally, I don't think that anybody should be collecting a card unless they have their mortgage paid, or they have their finances in order. They have they're into their 401ks. They have gold. They have cash. Cards are the last thing. And then when you get into these breaks and you get into the new stuff, that should be less than 5% of your card collection. If you love it so much and you love the prospecting, go ahead. But why in the hell would you throw? I guess if you just like to throw money away, but like I said, I don't like to light $100 bills like the Three Stooges in my fireplace.
I think it's so minimal, the amount of people that are really truly affected by, like, lost a bunch of money. The people who lost a bunch of money.
I think it's incredible. I think people are running for the hills. I think it's a shitload of people that have lost money in the last 2 or 3 years.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm the bad guy. I just don't feel that.
No, you're not a bad guy. But it's an interesting topic. I guess, but I think there's a lot more people. Because now the channels are more focused on channels like you guys, at least, or at least like the collectors. You guys are just collectors. You're not in the card industry.
Here we go. Question, Mike. This is Theo, so it could be a bad question.
Miss Mookie's question.
Yeah,
what vintage players do you think will have bigger demand 10 years compared to current demand?
So
these guys are asking for like Jeff Wilson questions.
I always love. Let me tell you,
what are you doing? That's dumb question. Move on.
Let me tell you about Willie Mays. So my
is he good to collect?
Willie Mays was in my first mention, I was 9 years old to think about Willie Mays even. I knew he was just a name. I knew he was great. I watched him on Dodger games. I watched the hat go back when he was he would kick his hat off. And like me and my Little League friends back in the 70s, like we would talk like Mickey Mantle, with the accent. And we would kick our hats back when we were running to third, like we were flying, even though I was at full speed after 2 steps. But Willie May. And I'll never forget. Here's a great story for you. So at Dodger Stadium, this is about I want to say it was 72 or 3.
Somehow we're gaining viewers by the moment.
So Willie Mays. Again, here I am in the 4th row, looking right down third baseline, as I did every Sunday afternoon at Dodger Stadium. And my grandfather, old bald guy, just a great guy, took me to all these games, loved baseball, listened to Vin Scully every night with an earpiece in his ear, much like I have an earpiece now. So it's funny how our lives are parallel, because he had a string on his, but he listened to that game and tuned out everything. But he hit me. He always liked to say, he would point, like, that's Roberto Clemente. Like, who the fuck is that? Like, and I never forget, he hit me. That's Willie Mays. I'm going, yeah, Grandpa, I know, that's Willie Mays. So I'll never forget that I saw Willie Mays in one game. He dropped a ball in center field. Dropped one.
What year was this?
With the basket catch.
What year?
And he got picked off first. Wow. In the same game. And if you look, I think he only dropped like 3 fly balls in his life. And the fact that I saw, just like when I took my grandson out to the Angel games, and we happen to know one of the announcers there. We were up in the booth there, and Trout, and I've seen Trout hit many homers out there. When I had tickets out that way. Dude, but that game, I took my grandson. And Trout struck out 4 times. So I tried to whisper to him. I go, "That's Mike Trout," like my grandfather did to me. That's Willie Mays, but other guys, like the stories that I have too, or that I never forget when I said, I was there the day on a Sunday afternoon. They retired Jackie's number, Campy's number, and Koufax the same day. Koufax, Campy, and Jackie.
What a day.
June 16th, 1972. And I'm right in front where they're taking these pictures and everything. And my grandfather, once again, like he always does, nudges me, and he points to the guy right next to me. And he hits me, and he goes, "That's Casey Stengel."
Wow.
Casey Stengel. I'm going, wow. Like, there's no internet or anything. I'm looking at this guy's like 90 years old. It's 110 out. I'm dying of sweat. And the guy's in like a horse blanket jacket watching this ceremony. And it was an old timers game. Later, he would be filmed in like I don't know if it was before the game. Maybe it was. He had like a jersey on that showed Yankees, Dodgers, and it had all the team Mets. But he was next to me, and I used to like to get my program signed, and I gave him my program, Mr. Stengel, and he found out my name, and he said, "Oh, it's my name," and he would sign my program like 3 times, and then pretty soon all the kids would start to come down. But some of the memories I have at the ballpark are insane, and that's what kind of driven me. And I guess too, like I see the kids, so I see what your point is. Like the kids don't have the same passion or the same experiences as I do, that found the love for these old timers or these old guys, maybe.
Well, hold
So,
on, Mike. Those stories, the Casey Stengel ones, it's like, the Angels first. I
I
grew
know.
up going to Angel Stadium.
Oh,
Casey
yeah.
Stengel, you don't learn about him until you start reading.
Yeah.
And he's in every freaking book you'll ever read about these vintage players. Almost any.
I've never seen Lou so quiet.
Yeah, I know. He's
I'm
just
sorry,
like sitting
Lou,
back
that
and
you're
off.
so
Mike, you
I
just
don't want,
crushed it.
I don't want to talk
really
over you
silenced
guys.
you.
And when Dylan's drunk, he just keeps on talking.
Oh,
I love it.
exactly. No matter what, I'll keep on talking.
I just love listening
Casey
to the
Stengel,
stories.
man.
It's baseball. So I'll soak it in. I'm soaked it in.
Yeah, these stories from this old timers, man. Like me, I'm an old timer. But what Dick Groat cards will still be cheap. And there's a guy, I love Dick Groat. Here's a guy. I always liked Dick Groat. I know I have some raw cards. This is why I need to start a channel. It's funny because I guess why you guys started a channel, or somebody told me that one time, like if I could just, because I have so many damn story, I probably could just do 1 5 or 6 minute story, the people I've run into and the things that I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I have literally
That last story blew
I've been
my
in the
mind.
bathroom with Larry Bird. I ran into Magic Johnson
Dude,
at 2 in the
Adam was
morning
just
in
on
Malibu.
here.
I've run
Adam,
into Dr.
there it
J.
goes.
I sat next to Shaq at a game one
Oh,
time.
come on.
All these things have stories attached to them that I could embellish them like the best of them. I love telling stories.
You could do a weekly segment called Story Time with Mike.
But see, that's the other thing. Like to start a channel or do it on YouTube, it's like I don't want to be. I can't be committed to it. Like
Have you seen
because
what me
I
and
don't
Lou
have a
do? We're just
retirement
like
plan.
hit the
Like
button and go.
like I would love to retire, but I have my clients like they need me. They bother me. They keep coming back.
Gotta
Oh,
do
I
it.
can't get rid of them. I did just keep going more, and I don't have an exit plan. So it's like I keep, even though I used to work like 10 hours a week, I'm up to almost 40 hours a week. I can't take that.
You just all you did, you got your phone, just like you did. You clicked on a link today.
If you're having a cocktail,
I'm impressed that I clicked on a link on my phone. If I had my old phone, but Orlando knows I've been talking shit for. First, I had the iPad that I couldn't fit. I didn't know how the hell to use it.
Well, if you can figure out StreamYard, is a lot more difficult than just uploading on YouTube. You just hit
Orlando
record.
doesn't have StreamYard. Only you guys have it. I can only go on
free.
StreamYard.
It's free.
StreamYard.
Look,
It's
Mike,
free.
did you see the post that I posted for this channel? I don't know how to do anything. Like literally, I don't. I felt like I couldn't figure it out, but I don't really care. I just want to talk about the baseball cards. I don't care. My thumbnails are like
you don't care, and that's what I love about you.
My screen,
I don't care either.
Dude, I don't give a crap. I just want to talk.
And I love your wall of fame is ridiculous.
It's stupid. It's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't shown half of it, but it's crazy.
Aren't you afraid of I guess so? That's a dark room you're in, so you're not afraid of anything.
I have blackout blinds. I have blackout blinds, tint on the windows. Tint I put on 90% UV protected. Then I have screens outside on the side of my wall that duct tapes the heat off the wall itself. And I have a dehumidifier thing that tells me what it is. I have an AC unit running always at 72 degrees. And I have UV glass, and I have UV glass, and I have covers that cover all my displays.
That's the best you can do. And I'm sure they won't take much damage, but if there's any autographs on there, on any of that, I would get those off because those aren't going to hold up no matter what. Even in your regular light, it's not going to. Those things are, especially if they're in Bic pen or any certain Sharpies or whatever. They're going to. The older stuff, on the old balls, like I think I have some balls in back of me. Can you see those or no?
Oh yeah, we've seen those things. Let me see it.
Let me see where that. Like
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So like those are not some of my best balls. Those are just my fake, like Hall of Fame balls. But those are like all from the '80s mostly.
Yeah.
And those they don't fade much, even with bright sun coming in every day. Every morning, the sun shines through this big.
The sun is my enemy.
Dude, hold on.
Well,
You guys
have
like
great
Mike, you'll
baseball
love this. I have this card right here, or this ball right above my head.
What is it?
It's a Nolan Ryan autograph. I got it when I was like 11 years old or 12 years old. That card is the most faded card I've ever seen. So that's Nolan Ryan's autograph. It's been in my window since I was a kid.
Well, yeah,
I never.
Those, you got to keep them there, yeah.
Yeah, I never touched that ball. But then when we moved about 7 years or 8 years ago, my wife found this ball and she threw it to me across the room. She goes, "Oh, look at this baseball!" And she throws it to me.
That's your Nolan.
I pick it up. Nolan Ryan's autograph. I never took it out of the case since I was 11 years old. And then it's out of the case. I was laughing so hard because
it's like my little league first home run ball.
It was sick.
It
was awesome.
That's hilarious.
And you know what? The autograph looks just like it did, and that's been in the sunlight ever since. But the card is like it's next level faded.
It's shredded.
It's shredded.
Well, that should be good. That should be your warning. That
it was the warning for sure. That was like this.
That's like all the things. That's why the stuff basically here I don't really care much about it.
Yeah,
because it's gonna fade here and there and whatever. I've got some mantle balls and stuff here I like to look at, and
there's no sunlight.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. I was cleaning out my closet the other day and found three extra DiMaggio balls I didn't know I had. We're remodeling. I'm going, oh shit! I don't know if I don't have those here.
Incredible.
But yeah, I mean, I think you should collect them. I think you should get a nice DiMaggio ball. Those you were talking about those 92 or 93 cards.
Yeah, the 93 Pinnacles.
Yeah. So what I mean, I was looking at some of those while you guys were talking about it. And I know I had read somewhere, or I had talked about it, like on either the autograph, and this is like probably, of course, my memory is probably not good, but it was more than 10 years ago about those pinnacles. And Ray from Philly was saying, yeah, they're not forged or they're good. But when you and they're all numbered, up to 2,500 or whatever.
Yeah, Ray was talking about
when you look at those,
but you told me they're fake.
Some of those don't look great. Like one of the things I look for the DiMaggio is the first name. First of all, I mean, I like it to say Joe.
Yeah.
I don't like this JAI shit because a lot of the forgeries from the Operation Bullpen, the whatever you guys call it,
Dylan,
that stuff.
It's 12:30. Ain't no one up.
Gosh, yeah, you guys are up late. Hopefully you don't have to work.
Mike, we're good. I'm not late at all here. It's early. 7:30.
Remember the like button. Hit the like button.
Hey, that's Orlando. I would never put that, but Orlando did.
This is the
longest show.
Did you make Orlando a moderator? He's good, man. He's a moderator on my channel.
And that's impressive. I have long shows, and this is the longest one ever.
Let's talk. Let's show one more card here. I don't know what, but
we've got plenty of time.
Here's a card for you. I've got these stupid plastic bags all over the place here.
You gotta have them. You gotta have them.
All right, because now I've got glare everywhere. This is a card that I like the 50s. This is where I started. Can you see that?
Love that card. Love that card.
This is a guy, he hit 406 once. And he didn't strike out. He didn't strike out 100.
He didn't get MVP that year, though.
Not this year, but he didn't strike out 300 times. That much I know. So he was good, but again, it would be good for the registry because it's off center a little. See?
No, but the year
look at that. Look at that thing. That's
Joey D got the MVP because he hit the Clipper got the hit streak.
Isn't that incredible? There's some great podcasts on that about that. Who got the MVP that year? Because DiMaggio did have 56 games in a row, but you guys love to talk about the Hall of Fame. And the
Yeah,
Hall
that's
of
a
Fame,
YouTube name.
look at how DiMaggio, he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, but
Which is
yet this
insane.
bump like Joe Mauer. Tell me, could you please tell me what Todd Helton ever did? I like the guy. I've
He
watched him.
batted over 300, like three
He hit the
something.
banjo box.
Like 316.
Dude, but he did the same across. It wasn't like he just did it in
He
Colorado.
hit 2-8. Dylan, even
I don't
with
know.
your
Dude, I'm
Willie
the worst.
Mays,
I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame.
with your Willie Mays bat hold.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way you hold the bat.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
show us how you hold the bat with that thumb up, like
Yeah.
Mays.
Oh, you know how it is, huh?
Get your bat like you used to back in the day when you were on all the specials and all the
By
you were
no
on all the
means-
interviews, and you
By
have
no means
see,
am I.
look how he holds the bat. Like
That's how
you
I
see
do it.
that?
I don't do this. I don't do that.
No,
I do knuckles. I do knuckles aligned.
You didn't strike out 300 times.
No, I never
I'm-
struck
I'm
out.
right
You
here.
were a hitter.
I was the
I'm
best
right here.
hitter on my team at all times.
Me,
So.
who wasn't? Well, here's a. We don't want to show that. Here's a
Not
good
one
card.
time did I look at Todd Helton or Joe, especially Joe Mauer, as Hall of Famers. Joe Mauer was very nice.
He was good. He was a
But,
really
I
good
mean-
player. We won the batting champion because I appreciate batting champions, but more so even than home run hitters. Because these guys hit, they didn't strike out a lot. But the guy, I mean, he's no better than Munson. And for how could you not have Munson
Well, and
in
that's
the
and
Hall
that's
of
How
Fame
is
after
how
the
is
way
Munson
he
not in the Hall of
died?
Fame? That's ridiculous.
It's
insane.
crazy.
Insane.
That's what angers me because now you got Joe Mauer. It's going to open up the door for Yadier Molina, who's so overrated. Salvador
Played for 100
Perez.
years.
Buster Posey, I believe, is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's going to be because he won a lot of championships.
Yeah,
and
3 World
he's
Series.
the guy that helped me lose my passion for baseball. So I never forget. I was at
Really?
I think it was the 74 World Series. 74. When Joe Ferguson in right field, he cut off Jimmy Wynn. It was well known Jimmy Wynn had a sore arm in center field. It was a fly ball. I think it was, I don't know who the hell hit it, but Bando was on third. And Ferguson cut over, and he made a throw to Yeager at home plate. I think it was the second game of the World Series in 74. I happened to be there, and my seats were, they were literally right down the line from third base. I could see the third base line. And here this guy comes out of nowhere, Ferguson. He throws the ball, and Yeager catches it, and Bando like smashes him, rolls over. Yeager holds the ball up. Dude, this is baseball. It's not this pussified slide around me. Oh, I gotta slide around because I'm scared I'm gonna get hurt. Because these guys are China dolls. It's disgusting what the game has become. And when you see these counting stats and this shit that's going on, like what are you gonna get in the Hall of Fame? Winning 140 games? I was an opener. I pitched 3 innings. You know what it's ridiculous. These guys are, and
I've talked to Tom, and I've talked to Jake.
It's sad. It's sad.
The legacy of the starting pitcher is gonna die in 5-10 years when it comes to the Hall of Fame. Because after Greinke, Mad Max, Kershaw, Verlander, Sabathia's going in next year.
Yeah, he deserves it.
The 300 game winner is going to be gone.
And I do see the I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing 3, 3, and 3. Guys, they pitch 3 innings, 3 innings, and 3 innings, or 2 at the end, and maybe you have your closer. It's funny because I remember Little League back in the 70s. That's the way they did it then. They did 2 innings, 2 innings, 2 innings. And they even thought that back then in Little League, well, that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? But you have 3 pitchers, you have them all go 2 innings, and you had your best pitcher in there every time. Boom, boom, boom. And that's pretty much the way but it took this many years, 50 years to get that way. It'd be nice if these, like I said, quality starts are 4 innings and 6 earned runs now.
Yeah. The Rays were trying to get creative because they didn't have the payroll to compete with the big boys. So they threw an opener because they're, Saber Matrix, their statisticians were like, our starters are great 2 times through the lineup. But the third time around, they were getting knocked out of the game. So
they do. I mean, it really is amazing. And these sabermetrics and the statistics have really taken over the game. I mean, to the point where they let these guys just strike out and swing from their heels, 1, 2, 3 strike, like the fucking Bugs Bunny. Pardon my French there, Dylan. But I mean, literally, it's a gas house game. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. The one thing I did enjoy, the one game I went to last year, which was an Angel game, is I did enjoy the pitch clock. I mean, you know, when I was at the game, we had to go to the bathroom. We got up at the end of the inning. We went. There was no line. We went. We came back, and the inning was already going.
Yeah.
I mean, these games are going fast, and that's a big help. But that's I mean, they used to get through 2-hour games back in the day, and they turned into watching the grass grow. Especially the Dodgers; those guys never hit.
Yeah, I was very against it in the beginning, but
Me too. And the same thing with the shift. It's like you're going to shift. How about you try to hit against the shift?
hit them where they
Is
ain't.
it that hard? No.
I agree.
But it's not. But they had to change the rule that you have to move the guys in now because these idiots wouldn't hit because they just continued to 1, 2, 3 strikes you out. And I don't want to see 20 strikeouts in the game. I'm not paying for that shit. I'm just not.
Well, do you guys think it's a permanent thing? I think it's the evolution of the game. Things will
It's
go
a stain on the game, though it's
Simple.
gotten better. It's a stain on the game, though it's gotten a little better.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come back around.
I hope.
You know, if things don't work, they fix them, and things change.
Last year was a good start.
It takes a long time.
Dylan, to go back to the sabermetrics, how you were saying that, you know, a lot of people are just looking at the numbers. The thing I don't enjoy about the numbers and the number crunching, the computers figuring it out, is taking the feel out of the game. The managers aren't allowed to do what managers do.
I don't disagree at all.
And that's
part
of the game I miss because
I don't know anything about sports in reality. I know about cards. I literally know nothing about sports.
Well, I mean, that's pretty awesome, man. But I mean, I grew up. I mean, I love the game. I love baseball.
I do too. I love the game.
Football lately, but I've loved baseball since I was a little kid, and that's kind of turned me into cards. Like especially. I mean, I think did I show this one yet?
No, you have not shown that.
This is a very low eye appeal. I mean, because it's off-centered top to bottom, and it's not miscut. But I mean, it wouldn't be good for a registry. Nobody'd want it. If I ever had to sell that, who would want that? How am I ever going to put that up for sale?
I'll trade you for that card.
Hey, let me tell you how many cards I've sold?
Zero.
That's right. And guess how many I'm going to sell?
0.
That's right.
You might trade that for Redman though.
I've been starting to get into those Redmans. I really like those, and I've got that extra Redman for you. Here's another off-centered. This is a guy I used to like. From what I heard, he used to be good.
I want that card centered so badly.
But you can probably find.
I think Orlando has a perfectly centered 59, and you can
probably find these in a 4. I mean, I'm sure you would look at a 4 centered, but don't pay 6 price. When you can find a 4 centered for 4 prices, that's when you jump.
I'll pay like $800 for a 4, or $900. I don't know. I'd pay $900.
Why? Because it's centered.
If it was centered in a 4, I don't know comps. I'm just guessing. I would pay $900.
If I could get that kind of money for like this card, I would.
That's a lot.
Mortimer sell. I would sell.
800 for that's a lot.
So,
well, centered, I'd take it. I'd pay it.
See?
I don't even know.
And there you go. You're brainwashed. You're paying the premium. You're paying.
I'll pay premiums. I'll pay premiums. I don't need to. I'm okay with premiums on some.
I got another one that's like low eye appeal. I'm just so sick. Guys, I gotta go. I'm disgusted.
This thing's gross.
I'm sick of seeing all these ugly cards.
It's got low. Did I show this?
Oh yeah, you showed that one.
Yeah, what are you drinking, bro?
Dude, I was drinking. I don't know what it was. Some kind of whistle pig.
You guys all gave up on drinking.
It's good.
Only one guy's drinking here now.
I'm done drinking. I only had one drink because it's Thursday. My big day tomorrow is tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Well, we're gonna have to get you on here in a few extra days.
Hey, Darren.
Let me see that one.
8.
Love that card.
Fake.
Name.
It's got fake appeal.
Whew. Whew.
You see all my cards? This is why I don't like to show my cards. Is because they're all bad.
I'll be embarrassed too if I had your collection.
Me too.
Oh, here, finally. I finally
Me
have.
too.
Here's the last card I can show. It's not very good.
Oh, let's see it.
It isn't. But
I would
it's
love a
somewhat,
Bob.
I can somewhat like it because it's almost centered. You know how hard that
Look at that
is?
Gibby.
Dude, Mike, mine is an 8 OC, and I'm not selling it
I love
because
it.
I love it. I love it.
Because
It's an
these
8
cards, I
OC.
was happy to get this one. Look how it's only about 70-30.
No, it's
I
better
was
than
so
that.
happy, even with the low eye appeal. I
That's
have a
better than
great thought.
mine.
I'm gonna leave you guys. You guys can't go on forever. It's late by you. I'm great in low doses. That's one thing my friends know about me. They love me. I've had friends for 50 years.
I'm just honored you.
I'm great, and like I'll come on in the next month sometimes, and you guys will love me. But I'm gonna leave you with this great story about this guy. So
Gibby.
a buddy of mine, a local buddy of mine, he was on the World Championship Dodgers 1988. He was a pitcher, and he was good that year. He was a Silver Slugger Award. He was the number. I'm not going to say his name, but anyway,
I'm trying to guess 88 Dodgers.
you guys can
Damn.
guess all you want, but anyway, he was on the Mets at one time,
Wookie already knows.
and he tells me this story about this guy. It's his first game he's going to pitch in the major leagues, and he's supposed to be the next Tom Seaver.
Bulldog.
And his pitching coach is Bob Gibson. And Dylan, I'm sorry, but I got to cuss to tell you this story. But he says he's scared to death. It's his first start. It's freezing cold in Chicago. He gets out there, and by the way, Joe Torre is the manager. I mean, the guys that this guy has come across, and then he's lived it. And the stories he tells are amazing. But anyway, he asked Bob Gibson. He asked him. He says, "Do you have any last minute advice you can give me?" He said Gibson hadn't said two words to him the whole 2 weeks he was there, ready for this day. And Gibson gives him a dirty look, like he's known to do, and he's done to my friends, asking for autographs when they were kids. And he says, "Son," he says, "just take the ball and throw it as hard as you fucking can every time." Do you see that, Dylan? And that was from Bob Gibson, not from me. I heard it
No,
from
it's
the source.
hey,
From a source. So he goes out there, his first game.
Was it Tim Belcher?
Not exactly, but you're almost there. You're halfway there. So he gets out there, he runs out to the mound, he takes the mound, he's got that on his mind to throw the ball as hard as I can. He gets out there, his first pitch, he feels his arm go out. He's never had arm problems. He pitched in Santa Monica, UCLA, just was an all-star. The next Tom Seaver, he comes out in his first pitch. He throws as hard as he can, and in the freezing cold, and his arm's out. And he manages to get through 2 or 3 innings there, pitches, gives up a run, but he was never really the same. And then he ended up getting traded to the Dodgers in 87, 88. He pitched 400 innings to get to the World Series, and he ended up being on that team and pitching great. I mean, just an amazing story about Gibson and how that guy was intense.
He was,
and not just son, pitch to throw the ball. I mean, you can just see it, and that's the way he was, But that's a story that I'll leave you guys with. Oh, dude, and I have that too, and I don't think I love Bob Gibson.
63 Fleer.
I had this since I was like 10 years old.
And there's a set that I just started appreciating the last, 3 or 4 years. I mean, why didn't I collect that set when I was a kid? But
why don't you have the Murray Wills?
I have the more, but that Maury Wills is in another.
Like your collection sucks. You need to work on it.
Yeah, I mean, this one here, here's one I bought raw, and I got ripped off. All my mantles I get hammered on because
I have my 55. I bought raw too.
But this
I
one
got
is centered.
No,
you see how this has eye appeal?
Yeah, yours is better than mine.
It's got eye appeal, right?
Yours is much nicer.
Please let me know that I want to know that one of my cards has eye appeal.
You have several.
No,
the 52 Jackie.
That one's got no eye appeal because it's off center.
Oh, let me see it. I need the 58. My buddy Bob, when I met in Chicago, he had the 58 in his hand from Canada. I wish it was centered. I would have bought it from him.
Well, I'm sorry that I let my friend Rick down. You know what? I got the next show I do that I'm on. I'm going to have to bring on a couple cards, at least some. I mean, a couple. I didn't represent very good here from the San Fernando Valley.
One last question before you get out here, bro.
All right, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
How was it? Your first time talking shop? Did you have a good time?
Well, it was fun because I drank a lot. I had a whole gallon of this Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig is
It's all
good.
gone. With you and with you guys are all you. I love you guys. I mean, you seriously have done so much for this hobby, in my opinion, and I'm a big fan of like all you guys, really. And I'm going to continue to talk shit on the chat.
Yes,
and
please.
I don't see myself ever doing the channel. But I mean, I do need to get some of these stories down because I mean, it's like I don't know how it is or why it is, but I do have quite a lot of stories that are amazing.
I mean,
And I
Well, you grew
I
up
thought
going.
about
You grew up
writing.
going to the Dodger Stadium.
Nobody, and the thing is nobody gives a shit, including my daughter and my grandkids. That's the beauty.
We do, and everyone listening does.
and that's
You know
part
what?
of,
You
and
just
that's
put
part
up
of the
with
reason
it.
why I treat these live streams almost. I forget the chat half the time. I treat this like Zoom calls. Like when I'm talking to my other misfit buddies, I'm talking to Dylan. I like
I
having
mean,
a
that's
drink.
awesome that you guys do that. But you know what? This is the first time I've ever been like, I've never done a Zoom call. I don't give a shit to do Zoom calls in front of customers.
I do it.
Mike,
Home.
you're just like me, man.
I don't do it.
YouTube. I don't do
You know
anything.
what? Send me pictures, give me an inventory, I'll give you a price, and then we're done. Or I'll come talk to you. I mean, that was what was great. I used to love to take customers to lunch and do all that and get to know them.
Not no more.
But now I don't really care. They don't have the time, and I don't care. I want my business to start.
Shoot, the generation today can't even read the time. You saying they don't care about the time? They can't read the time unless it's digital. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
true.
There's kids at my
Collectors. I can't believe that Orlando is still up. Oh, but you know what? And Orlando, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, Orlando, I would never go on this thing. I mean, just the fact. I mean, it's funny how like we've been texting back and forth. I don't know for 6 or 8 months or whatever. But thank you for taking the interest and it's been fun to talk to you, and I just love you. I think you're a great guy, and I love your collection. Your collection is amazing, and I mean I think it is kind of neat. I don't necessarily either have anybody to share my collection with necessarily. My grandkids come over, we set all the cards on the table occasionally, and we go through it. They're anywhere between 7 and 14 now, 15, and that's cool. It's kind of trying to get them and trying to tell them the stories, but I don't know that I mean, maybe they'll appreciate it when I'm gone or when they get older. That's when they'll appreciate them. And you guys may appreciate them a little bit, here and there. Maybe more so because you guys are baseball fans, And I used to collect baseball. I mean, football and hockey as well when I was a kid. I mean, hockey. I've been going to games since I was in this. My dad worked on the Forum, and he got season tickets there in the '68. And I loved hockey. I still love it. I still go. I mean, I saw a guy get his ear cut off and get it stitched on. He was back in the second period.
Yeah, hockey's a different animal.
That's a great sport. And I'll never forget the '71 earthquake we had. I had hockey cards stacked on my desk, all in number order that were all, shook all over the place during the earthquake. So, all right, man. Can you adopt me?
Mike, thank you. I feel honored myself having
this
you
was the
on.
longest live stream I ever saw. You guys,
this is the longest live stream I've ever been a part of.
Well, I want to get in on trade night. I want to get in. I want to trade some shit. I want to trade Orlando for some of his roofs, and I want to get. I have an extra. Unfortunately for me, I have an extra dandy mantle to trade. We'll show those later.
There's going to be a lot of people after that one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I need some things.
I like you like centered stuff. You know where to come.
You can trade me all your off-centered stuff. That's one thing.
Well, I got boxes of them. I'm trying to get rid of.
And all your SGC, you can get all registry stuff for all you anal eddies out there.
Well, thanks, Mike. Hey, Lou. Thank you too, man. Like,
I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for having me. You're an awesome guy, and I love you. I love you guys, man. You guys are beautiful.
Thank you.
Very
guys.
humbling. Thank you.
Love you guys too. Okay, that's it. We're
Peace.
ending it. It's gone. Got my wife in her room.
It's only 1 o'clock. It's only 1
Love
o'clock
it,
on the East
Vincent.
Coast.
It's only 8 o'clock here. So, okay, later, guys. Thanks
Later.
everybody in the chat. That was sick. So fun.
Well, you're gonna have to stop it. You're gonna have to stop it, bro. Go
Okay,
Yankees.
All right, guys. Bye.